going on the books. Can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover. That's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, and a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show for Thursday, March 6th. We're just about set for a sports betting weekend, but we got to get started here on Thursday with college basketball tournament action just a couple of hours away as we get an early start today, kind of a sneak peek of what's to come over the next couple of weeks with those Thursday games. Man, that's one of my favorite days. You know, you talk about what is your Christmas morning, right? Is it the Super Bowl? Is it the March Madness tournament? I love those Thursdays and Fridays of conference tournaments when the action's a little bit too much to handle, but certainly plenty enough to score as we get ready for those games. Today, kind of a dry run, a little bit of early action, mostly at night here and mid-major tournaments, but I'm going to try to cover every game that is a tournament game today. That's a lot, so maybe we'll just be running through them, but we'll also look at NBA and NHL underway right now at the Arnold Palmer Invitational. I've got it up. I'm watching it. I sent out my golfers for tonight, this weekend's coverage. Hopefully you were able to get it in my free subscription package. There's still plenty of time to get involved in the tournament. Yeah, they're off to a little bit of a start here with a couple of golfers just barely breaking par. I tell you what, Matthew Pavon, I didn't give him out, but he did make a birdie on the first hole here, and just want to make note of his odds that were down there at, I think, 300 to 1. Not that he didn't make my list, but he made my cut. He was probably like the last one. I try to spread it around. I mean, you're not going to go all favorites here. And Scotty, of course, big favorite here. He's won 2 out of the last 3 Arnold Palmer Invitationals. So, he pretty much went off at about 3 to 1. You don't want that in a golf tournament, even if it is the great Scotty Scheffler. Rory in there, part of my group of 6 golfers that I sent out. But if you want to check out the rest of them, maybe go on over to my Winnable account and check those out just to get you signed up and subscribed. But did pick 6 golfers this week. Right now, Tommy Fleetwood on top at 1 under as well. They're just through about 4 or 5 holes here on some of the leaders, so still plenty of time to hit that futures board for a big golf tournament this weekend. It's an invitational, so they'll cut 75, I think, down to 50 here this week in Florida, and they're just underway there. Also, great tennis action here again today at Indian Wells. Saw some pretty good matches yesterday, men's and women's action all day, starting at about 2 Eastern, 11 Pacific, and they go well into the night. I don't know what happened last night. Some match was rain delayed, and I think I might have went to bed before they I don't even know if they resumed or if they ever came back. But I know there was one match still outstanding when I crashed last night. So thank you for joining me here on the show. We'll go over today's action here with our pro and college ball, of course, and NHL. But let me say hello to some folks coming into the chat here on the Sports Money Network. Got 30 of you in here already, so I think we can say hello and try to get the show underway here. James Parm has got a little sprinkle on us here today and spicing us up. Joe W., good morning. Nick Handy, hello. Nuke is here. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. Joe T is here this morning. And there's Thomas Lewis. There it is. Like this video, subscribe. Thanks, you guys. Really appreciate that. I need help. They get on me that I don't say that enough. I do know I say it every time now, but I never was that guy to like and subscribe and share. But I know now how it works. We need your help to make Sports Money Network popular. Robert McCormick here, Red Beard today. Nuke is definitely happy with his college basketball card. And Thomas says number one holiday is for him. I think he said maybe when the NBA and some college football or whatever, or NFL too, right? NFL on Christmas Day. Christmas Day is a great day for sports action. For me, though, Irish King, big one here. I think for me though, right, those days, the days of the Thursday and Friday. Yeah, I think the NCAA tournament, with they only run 4 games at once. At least on the conference tournaments, they get a little crazy there. Next week, we're going to be going crazy here if we're not already. All right, let's see who else is coming in. Timmy Chushu's always good to have Timmy Chushu's back here right now. He's got Fenerbahce here. Let me see what the we don't have a great soccer schedule, so maybe we could take a look at some EuroLeague baskets today. There is Europa League, just to be fair, with the soccer schedule today. But also I see here Timmy Chushu liking his basketball here. But in soccer today, no doubt, Europa League featured coverage here. Also, as Timmy Chushu said here, his games up here in or that's actually, he's got me there. I know Fenerbahce is in. I thought I saw Fenerbahce and I didn't see, he said Glasgow down here. So you got me, Timmy, on that one. But I did have a pick today, I think, in Euro baskets here, if I can find it. Scott Kobe is here. Nice to have you. He said he enjoyed the tennis action yesterday. Reddy Samedi here in this
Steam playing.
As we get ready, the steam starting to coming in. All right. And Scott says, don't forget, 10 a.m. today. We'll be ready to go. And I've got picks here today. And good morning to Abel here joining us as well. All right. Well, how'd you guys do yesterday with your sports betting action? I think we had a pretty good day, especially in college basketball here for me, but also some NHL action. And late last night, if you missed it, the Detroit Pistons and the LA Clippers. Well, we didn't get it done with Team Steam consensus yesterday, thanks to James Harden, 50 points for the first time as a Clipper, and the Clippers got the best of the Red Hot Pistons. Hey, we were all piling on, no doubt. The Pistons ended up being pretty hot at the window, too, so there might have been some Clippers backers for sure getting that one last night, but we did find some winners here on the Morning Steam with Miami Heat as our Morning Steam winner. We had good winners on the Morning Steam, I thought, yesterday. I had Miami there over Cleveland to get that money on that cover. Pretty good game yesterday there on TV, and also the Minnesota Timberwolves we had over the Charlotte Hornets as our Morning Steam play. We also had the over in the Portland and Boston game as our winner here on the Morning Steam with that featured game yesterday with Boston. They trailed early and then took over and pretty much hammered Portland Yesterday, also, we had a premium pick winner, Kings and Nuggets game to go under. We had the Kings here on the show as our pick, and we also had the Milwaukee Bucks to blow out the Dallas Mavericks yesterday here on the show. Hockey was real good to us yesterday here on the morning steam. We had, I think, the winner in all but one game yesterday as we went 4-1 with our hockey picks here on the show. We had the Blackhawks on the puck line against the Senators in that 1-goal game. We had also the Capitals and Rangers game to go under as our winner here on the show. Also, we did have the Capitals as our premium pick winner. We also had the Vegas Golden Knights. Yeah, we laid it as a favorite. That's okay. They got it done. And also, we had the Blues and the Kings game to go under as our premium pick yesterday. Also, you guys had it along with I had the under with the Ducks and the Canucks after you guys took the Ducks. Maybe at my urging as well, because the Ducks just keep covering these puck lines, and just when it didn't look like they were going to get this one, they got it. The Canucks got the win, to be sure. Make no mistake here, as the Canucks won over the Ducks by 1 goal, but the Ducks got that puck line. So 4-1 day yesterday for us in the NHL here on the show. Now, college basketball featured a lot of winners here yesterday, including Maryland and Michigan game to go under there, and what a effort by Maryland. Ended up pretty popular, actually, it felt like, with bettors in that win over Michigan. Michigan had a bit of a tailspin, so Maryland was able to get the win. We had the under here on the show. We had a premium pick winner with LaSalle over George Mason yesterday, and also want to shout out Mikey Money with that win. Picked Florida there over Alabama on pre-gaming. I noted that one yesterday. Also here we had premium pick winner with Kansas State getting the money against Cincinnati. Also, we had the premium pick winner, Colorado and Texas Tech game to go over. Premium pick winner, Oklahoma over Missouri. We had the Sooners in that one. I also had premium pick winner with Connecticut over Marquette yesterday, laying the points. Lots of premium pick winners yesterday for me. Really got off the snide there a little bit with my selections. Had a 10-pack out there and had more winners here with Stanford and Notre Dame game to go under was my premium pick winner. But we also had plenty of tournament winners here on the show. And thank you, Timmy. Of course, it's Europa League. That's what I just said. You got it right. I should have realized that the way I was describing it. I guess I was so fired up about the Euro baskets today. Okay, let me continue on the tournament action. Yes, I want to cover the tournaments here. We're gonna go with tournament ball today. I'm going to preview a lot of games, or at least give a pick on a lot of games. There's some great, I don't know about great games, but it's cool. We got tournament ball tonight at some neutral sites and some host sites as well. We had Georgia Southern on the show yesterday. Remember, we said lay it against Southern Miss. We also had ODU, but really, as much as I want to take credit for these two wins there as the Sun Belt got rolling, but how about Noli knows? Noli stopped by. If you're there, Noli, maybe he's getting his picks ready for us right now. But Noli came in, gave us the under in Southern Miss Georgia Southern, gave us under in ULL Old Dominion. And if you parlay them up with my picks in there, you can roll a couple of two-teamers there in the Sun Belt. There's steam coming in right now and some tournament action. So let me pass it along to you in just a moment. Also, we had, I swept the board here again in this league as well, the Ohio Valley, as I had Tennessee Tech and Tennessee Martin game to go under. And we also had Lindenwood over Moorhead State. I kind of want to get on Matthew Pavone right now on this golf tournament, add him to my picks. I know it's one, he birdied the first hole, no big deal, but I think it was 300-1, and I just passed on him. I wanted to keep it down to 6 golfers. I mean, there's only 75 golfers this week, but He was like my last cut. I couldn't believe he was 300 to 1. By my model, he should have been 150 to 1. Not that that's a big, you're still not, and that's just it. It was a little bit too far down for a 75-man field, and watch out.
System playing.
I don't want to take time off the show here just to, throw $10 down on a 300 to 1 guy, but I might just do it. All right, let's had the winner also in the Summit League with Oral and Missouri Kansas City game to go under right here on the show yesterday. I also had Lemoyne and Central Connecticut game over. We just missed with Loyola with Long Island against Chicago State. Hats off, Chicago State got the money by 0.5 point on me there yesterday, but we did almost sweep these tournament games. We had St. Francis here on the show yesterday. I had them anyway. No disrespect to Team Steam Consensus. You guys were on Wagner. The game landed 3. It was 2.5. I mean, we talked about the steam that came in on Wagner, so I'm not going to take a victory lap necessarily, but I think Team Steam Consensus might have lost that one by 0.5 point. I think I won that one by 0.5 point because I was on the other side, and I said, oh, no, too late. You guys made the pick. All right, also we had the winner with Stony Brook and Fairleigh Dickinson game to go under yesterday. And also don't forget they're in the UEFA Champions League. I struck out with my VIP selections yesterday, but we did have a winner here on the show with Inter Milan and Feyenoord game to go under yesterday, 2.5 goals. All right, let me say hello to a few more folks. That was a good day. Good day yesterday, it felt like. And let's go to the chat, say hello to a few more folks, and then we'll get started with the show. Appreciate it for you joining me here. We got nearly 60 of you here, so I think we're ready to roll. Let's see who else I got in here joining me. Any other names? Ziggy. Ziggy's here, all right. And I think Abel here. What has he got? He's got some Euro baskets here already? Is that? Let me see. Oh no, that's soccer under 3.5 in the Europa League. I see it. There's Timmy Two Shoes with his Europa League action today. I don't mean to just, pass the buck on the Europa League. I don't think I'll have a package out there, but it's always a good Thursday with some Europa afternoon action. Cash Kane, thank you. The Irish King. Who else? Is that it? I think we're ready to go. Don't Tag Me is here. Don't Tag Me is here. Nice. I don't know what that avatar is. All right, everyone, you can get my best picks today over at winnable.com, or you can get those golfers that I'm on today by going to winnable.com/Ramon and get started with me. I have a picks in the PGA Tour, but later on I will have action in conference tournaments under the subscription, the paywall there for $4 a day, $8 a week, or $19.95 a month. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off those packages. I appreciate all of your support. This is how you support me here on the channel by clicking that QR code in the lower right-hand corner of the screen and going over to my Winnable page. And extra content from me involves me sending out a couple packages a day of extra picks. Can't spend all day with you here, although I'd love to. I'm here for a couple of hours, 2.5 hours every day, talking sports and sports betting with you on the morning steam. But if you want to get more picks from me sent to your phone, you can put on notifications when you go over to winnable.com and get all of my action that I deem worthy enough to send out to you. The plays that I'm the most confident in, I let you know what I'm on, and you can get them sent direct to your phone in a timely fashion. Plenty of time to get down with me on winnable.com. All right. Appreciate you listening to that. There's the address coming right now. There it is. That's how you get there. When you get there, you're going to see a page like this. It's going to have me right there. And then you can scroll down and get those premium pick selections here. The monthly subscription, $19.95 right there. That's 50 cents a day when you use the promo code STEAM. And that'll keep me coming back here on the show every morning, waking up at, I don't know, 3 in the morning or so sometimes and getting the show ready. Mostly only need you here. You don't need me to spew a bunch of stats and picks. It's my pleasure to have you as the audience. So, all right, just want to let you know about that. All right, say hello to a few more, and then we'll start our previews. We have no time to waste, especially with all of our college action that I'm going to try to preview today. And Abel says, hey, Ramon, you can't forget about our champion, our CONCACAF, but I thought there was only, how many games were there in CONCACAF today? I thought it was only a couple, right? One game, Inter Miami. Well, Inter Miami's playing, of course, today, so they're favored by 3.5 goals over Cavalier. Okay. And yes, we were talking avocados yesterday. There's sub. Maybe I'll have some Europa action for us today. And here comes Ziggy with his plays here. Probably can get these on X too. Thanks, Ziggy. He's got his plays there. Bulls Magic over. He's got the Nets, the Rockets, Jets and Flyers under. Bruins, Canes under. Thanks, Ziggy. Appreciate that. All right. Going to get ready for the show here right now. We're already losing lots of money with the markets starting down again. But you know what? Hey, just start putting your money. These markets might be down, but you could shift to China a little bit. Keep your margins a little bit thinner. If you know what I mean, you could go to China. China, Mikey, listening, Mikey Money? China. All right, let's go to the NBA action here tonight with a 6-game card. I think I've scheduled them all to look at here today.
Steam playing.
Oh, let me get to the Steam here right now first, please. Come on. That's what we're here for. We got tournament games getting steamed here right now. Some of this action. So let's cover some of it here. Not all of it is tournament action here. The games that have been popping off here, or at least over the last couple of minutes. Here right now, we did see some steam come in here just moments ago with Arkansas Little Rock right now. They're taking some steam here right now. Arkansas Little Rock and is currently here. Let me take a look here at this one. So get rolling here a little bit. There we go. All right. Make sure I got it here. There we go. Arkansas Little Rock against Tennessee Martin. As I get things going here, as we talked about the Ohio Valley Conference, Arkansas Little Rock taking the steam here at they were -4. Now they're up to -5.5 or so. Arkansas Little Rock takes our first steam just seconds ago. Also, earlier this morning, there was steam on that game on the under between Tennessee Martin and Arkansas Little Rock. It was as high as 133.5. Right now it is 131.5 in the game between Tennessee Martin and Arkansas Little Rock. Also, Abilene Christian took steam in their matchup today. That's a regular season contest. Abilene Christian was 3.5. They took the steam against Utah Valley and now are down to 2.5 right now. Utah Valley, 2.5 point favorite, but it was Abilene Christian that took the steam. Also, tournament action here with Northern Kentucky Norse and Cleveland State steam here to the under with Northern Kentucky and Cleveland State. It was 140 down to 130. I want to say this is going to go all the way to 138 right now it looks like it might be at 139 with Northern Kentucky and Cleveland State, 138.5 right now at DraftKings. Probably got one more half tick move here before the end of the day, at least the way I see it right now with that game. And also, Rice took some steam here in their matchup. Rice today up against Western Michigan. Rice was a 1-point dog, but it's a pick 'em now, maybe even favorite at this point. Rice took the steam here. Pick 'em right now at circa, so we'll leave it at that. But Rice took the steam. Gotta have steamed rice, don't you? Okay, and I've got more here. Tournament action here with Bucknell in their game. Wow, look at Bucknell. They were a 7.5-point favorite. They were a 5.5-point favorite early with this matchup against Loyola, Maryland. But man, this has been one of the biggest movers of the day so far on the tournament board for sure. Look at this, man. Bucknell all the way up to 9 here right now. Wow, what that is a huge move. Bucknell over Loyola, Maryland. This game opened as low as 5.5, maybe 6.5 by the time it hit the general markets that opened up. But man, right now 9 here for Bucknell against Loyola, Maryland. Holy shnikes. All right. Can I say that? Thought we had a few more here too. Denver took the steam in their matchup in the Summit today. Denver was getting they were getting maybe 10.5 from St. Thomas, but right now it's down here to 9.5 or so. In the matchup with St. Thomas, I'm going to call it here. Steam playing 9.5 for sure right now. Okay, more steam coming in, but this is a hockey play right now. It looks like Utah Hockey Club getting steamed here this morning. They were $1.15 here against the Detroit Red Wings, but right now the Utah Hockey Club is getting steamed here. Currently up to $1.25 right now at some shops. Definitely on the move here with Utah Hockey Club. Steam play. Uh-oh. Another one coming in right there, right behind it. But this is basketball with Marist. The total here is moving in the Marist game right now. And this one is on the move lower here with Marist in their matchup. Oh, not tournament, you guys. This is regular season, but Merrimack and Marist. Don't make that mistake again. Was 126, and we're down to 124.5 right now with Merrimack and Marist. Also, Hawaii getting steamed right now in their matchup against Bakersfield. Hawaii has been winning over Bakersfield in that series. They won pretty much the last handful of games between those two teams. Hawaii was getting 2. It's down to 1. Hawaii taking the steam right now against Bakersfield. All right. That might be enough to get us started. Thanks to those of you who just watched the Beijing Royal Fighters in overtime over Zhejiang Chaozhou Aviators. 129-127 went overtime. That's why we were late getting on the air. All right. I think that's it for the steam. Let's go ahead and count it down right now and get back to the action. Here. Hey, hello. Speaking of action, how about Action Jackson in the chat? How about Nate Cerna here today as well? And Thomas says, I need some glasses. I do need glasses, right? I need to go and get a new prescription and maybe something I could wear on the air here so that I can, sometimes I'm looking at right. I pause and then I look at right, and you guys, I'm looking at, some stuff on the screen here that's the camera computer. There's Action Jackson here. Oh, by the way, Action Jackson, want to say to you, I don't know if you caught this or Mr. Higgs was making sure he want to make sure you got all of your picks in the contest on his channel, by the way. Anybody want to get in over there? But he said you didn't have all your picks in, I think, and was looking for you. If people are looking to do that. All right, and that's it. Yep, Thomas says you keep squinting. Yeah, you know what? I keep doing, or maybe I'm tired. All right, here we go. Let's get to the NBA today with the Bulls and the Magic. To start our night, we'll get around to the conference. We're not going to be here till 10 o'clock. Don't worry, we won't be here 4 hours. We'll get to the game between Indiana State and Southern Illinois, but let's get going here. This one's 7 and 219.5 right now. Definitely a little bit of move here on the Magic this morning in their matchup against the Bulls. I'll call it 17. Might be going down a little bit here to 219. I'm even seeing a 218.5 out there at a couple of spots. Maybe the move is to the under here a little bit. We know that's the way the Magic has kind of been going quite a bit, but man, the Magic all of a sudden have lost 4 straight games here. Magic have gone under in 5 of their last 6 games as a favorite here. You look at the Magic here. Yeah, both teams are a little bit under 500 this season against the spread anyway. But Orlando, they've certainly been a big time under here, 12 and 24 to the under as a favorite. But the Bulls are 27 and 20 to the over as a dog. Still, Magic 12 and 21. Oops. 12 and 21 to the under at home, and the Bulls are just a tick 14 and 15 to the under on the road. Magic continue to cover here, though quite a bit of late, not covering of late with this 4-game losing streak. Right now, they lost back-to-back games to Toronto with a day off, but they played Toronto 2 games. They played Toronto at home, lost them both, 114-113 as a 6-point favorite, 104-102 as a 7-point chalk. They also lost to the Warriors and Cleveland at home here, so you don't want to be losing this time of year, but a little bit clunky here right now for the Magic. They've been kind of good to everyone, but a little bit of a tough spin here right now for the Bulls. They also have lost their last 2 games to Cleveland and to Indiana and failed to cover double digits in those games. So, they were going good before that a little bit. They were on a little bit of a cover streak, but right now they've kind of run up against it here as well. Orlando just 1 and 4 against the spread in their last 5, 6 and 16 against the spread for Orlando in their last 22 games overall. For Chicago, like I said, still a little bit of a better run, 5 and 2 against the spread in their last 7 games. But this has often been a tough spot for the Chicago Bulls going into Orlando. The last couple of years, Chicago just 1 and 6 against the spread in their last 7 games against Orlando, and 3 and 9 against the spread in their last 12 games against Orlando. Here in Orlando, Orlando is 4 and 1 against the spread in their last 5 games against Chicago. And this series has been an under series. 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two have gone under, and 25 of the last 32 meetings overall under, including 22 of the last 31 meetings at Orlando have gone under when these 2 teams have met. Let's go to the chat here with our first matchup of the day. See if you guys are interested in the Bulls and the Magic. And pardon me, you guys. I want to blow. Okay, here we go. Ziggy likes the over in this one. Thomas is on Orlando here. Don't tag me. Today is on Magic and the over. Good to have Don't Tag Me here. I want to Look at that avatar. It's a dog and a man there. Is that a? I don't know what that is, but good to have. Don't tag me here, James Parm. Likes the magic. Daddy Beats is here in the chat. Yeah, look at all this magic, man. This you have to believe we are magic. And Thomas says, everybody forgets about that one, right? Every time the magic and someone wants to do a song, and they don't really go to the Olivia Newton-John. Okay, you have to believe we. They want to go to you want to go to You Can Do Magic by America. How many other magic songs are there? Yeah, maybe now Magic Man by Heart. I think that one has to be. Might be my favorite song with the word magic in it. All right, B Hawk is here. Oh, look, B Hawk's already got their picks there in. I think got the picks there in the for today in basketball, including Boston U there against Navy. Nasty Nate says, "How about the Celtics today in their game against the Sixers?" Or maybe he was talking about yesterday's game and the win there. Maybe he's saying their win yesterday. I think that's what he's saying. The win for Boston over Portland yesterday. Man, everybody is on the Magic. So let me just mark it down. Team Steam consensus on the Magic. Maybe I can just go with a total here in this one. Look, I don't mind the Magic pick, certainly. But let me give out another pick here. Now that it's laying 7 here at this point, but all right. I think we're probably ready to go with this one. I think we got a few more comments here. You guys are really hot today in the chat. We're gonna have a fun show here. I mean, I've got to back up big time here. You guys got so many. Maybe it was my request of the songs for the Magic. Okay. Okay. Look at this. I mean, are you kidding me, Nate? Did you really have a White and Pritchard overs threes parlay? Or are you just saying that? I mean, did you put it in the chat and I missed it? I mean, these guys just set the record yesterday for the most combined 3-pointers by any two players in NBA history. And Nasty Nate says he had the overs threes parlay and I missed it. This has got to be the headline of the day. I can't believe I didn't mark. I mean, look, this is a problem when you go with the same picks every day. It's like the boy who cried wolf. You take it for granted. I'm sorry. I apologize to Nate for missing this, giving out the White and Pritchard over threes parlay yesterday. Wow. They combined for, what was it? Help me, Nate. 19 3-pointers yesterday to well, I thought they stole the headlines. UC Davis is taking a little steam here right now in their matchup tonight with UCI. UC Davis was a 7.5-point dog. We're down to 6.5 right now on some widely reported steam. Davis taking that steam against UCI. And Nate believes in magic. Super true here. Thank you. Also, so that was the thing there. Look, we gave out here on the show anyway, just the total, but that was the thing there yesterday. Those scratches and those other guys came through big time and covered that reduced number. Jason Neff, nice to have you here. Everyone's got the magic stick. There you go. That's maybe I'm just a little bit too old to be singing the magic stick song. All right. Ziggy says, do you believe in magic? Okay. You guys got me there. That one might be a little more popular than, and does Magic Man even count? But I'm a big Hart fan. Action Jackson here says, Bancaro, good morning to Wine Time today for being here. And Abel's got his favorite song as well. And Nate's going to be on. Of course, he's going to be on against those sad sack Sixers here. And, oh no, Wine Time.
System playing.
Wine Time's got the opposite attitude. I'm not going to highlight because he's talking about in the chat. I'm not going to put on screen. I try not to put on screen if you guys are, had a rough day. But I will console Wine Time. And he says, he had a bad day, so he's been up since 4 a.m. just grinding the car. I'm one who, when I have a good day, I can't stop handicapping. And when I have a bad day, maybe I just go to bed early. Maybe that's why if I have a bad streak, I go. Oh, magic carpet ride, Jason. Look, is that I don't want to, date folks here in the chat, but you guys are coming up with some good ones here, no doubt. Look at Splendid also doing it. He's got the magic carpet ride. You guys are. I love it. Now, we might have, I don't want to get anybody upset in the chat, but we might have the oldest chat of all of the chat rooms, maybe because you guys are watching me. So, okay. Let's see who else here. Anything else? We'll just get done with this game and move on, but we're having some fun here to start us off today. And right, don't tag me, says how is that possible? They haven't hit 19 threes or whatever it was, right? How could someone else not have a greater total? Okay. Let's see what else here. All right. Steph could have did 19 threes, sure. But you got to have two players. Okay. Hey, well, just moments ago, okay, I think we're done with this game. I'll turn the banner off, get ready for the Celtics game here to preview. But another piece of steam came in here right now. And also, I got some Noli sent me a nice question asking about the steam, right? I mean, do you respect it early? Do you respect it late, right? But what we're doing is really, look, if you guys are playing the steam, that's fine. I like to play the steam first and then fade it. If I don't like it, I can go either way. But again, we're just reporting to you guys the lines that are moving currently right when we're on the show. So for better or worse, it's not an endorsement necessarily. I do try to pass along when I like a particular steam move, but we're just passing along the steam released by one of the, two major line services. One thing that I do here is I, have Don Best, I have Sports Insights. There are some other good line services out there. If you use it, Unabated is a real popular one as well. But I think the two that I use kind of keep you abreast on those moves. So, okay, Long Beach State, though, speaking of moves, just took a steam against UC San Diego, the best spread team in the country. Now, UC San Diego was a 23.5-point favorite, so let's be fair about it. But Long Beach State has taken the steam here against UC San Diego. Despite UC San Diego being the best spread team in the country, Long Beach State just took the steam. So it can go anywhere, anytime these sharps can move this line. A lot of people say they just take numbers. Maybe they haven't even seen this great UCSD team. Also, here's another one that just came out with Purdue, Fort Wayne, and Youngstown. Thomas, Purdue, Fort Wayne, and Youngstown. We're seeing some steam here to the over. It was 155. We're up to 156, 156.5. That one's moving much higher there with Fort Wayne
System playing
and Youngstown in the horizon tonight. In the horizon, they're at their home gems, if you will. Also, Cal State Fullerton took some steam there while I was getting started with the show. Cal Poly was a 15-point favorite, but we're down here to 14 right now, it feels like, with Cal State Fullerton taking the steam against Cal Poly. Cal Poly's done a good job, and Fullerton not so much, but Fullerton taking the steam here right now. All right, I think that does it here. Let's go to the Celtics game. And here we go. Celtics and the Sixers. The Sixers favored this one. Those were the days. The Celtics favored in this one by 14 points, maybe even higher right now in the total. 220.5. The widely reported steam did come in
Final.
on the under here in this one. It was maybe 222.5, I want to say, and now we're down to 221 or so here. In fact, 220 at Bovada. So this one continues to move lower here a little bit today between Boston and Philadelphia. Boston with consecutive wins now following that game last night. The win over Portland, 128-118, ended up covering the numbers there, even if the number did move lower. Robert Morris is getting steamed here right now. We'll keep pushing these along a little bit on tournament day. Robert Morris was a 6-point favorite. They're up to 7 here or higher right now. Probably higher right now. Ooh, look out. Robert Morris is definitely on the move here in their matchup. They are all the way up here right now to 7. Okay, wasn't as big a move as I thought. 7 here right now against Wright State. Okay, Sixers here, as I said, consecutive wins and covers over Portland, over Denver coming in. The Sixers have lost 2 straight, failed to cover against Minnesota last night by, a half a point there. Or not last night, but last game, failed to cover there. They also got blown out by Portland. Philadelphia just 2-8 against the spread in their last 10 games overall. Boston now 7-2-1 in their last 10 games against the spread overall. Pretty good form here right now for the Celtics. Finally getting some numbers here. Maybe the after the break here, want to step on it a little bit, even if they did have some players rested. It's always good to rest players and still be able to get the win for Philadelphia here. Not only are they 2-11 in their last 13 games against the spread, they're also just 8-20 in their last 28 games against the spread. When these two teams meet, Boston has won 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Philadelphia's gone over in 16 of their 28 games on the road so far. They're also 21-16 to the over as an underdog. Celtics were 17-14 to the over at home. When hosting Boston, they've won 22, or hosting the Sixers, they've won 22 of the last 29 meetings between the two, but there hasn't been this large of a gap between these two teams in quite a while. Let's go to the chat, see what you have here in this one with the Celtics and the Sixers here in this one. Boston obviously played last night, so still going to have to cover a big number here, but these Sixers right now feels like it's as bad as it's been here. Go to the chat, get your plays. Maxey is out for the Sixers. Paul George questionable. Lowry out here. Gordon's still been out with that wrist injury. And we'll see if the Celtics, we know that the guys who are kind of resting here. Now, granted, Tatum was listing a shoulder injury.
System playing.
You wonder how much of it was, let's get that shoulder rested there a little bit. Should be, I would think, in there tonight. Listed as questionable. KP questionable. Hauser questionable. And Holiday is still out for the Celts. All right, here we go. And where did I leave off here? If I can find this game, I think there we go. I think Ziggy's going under here in this one. That might be starting us off there. Nasty Nate likes Tatum over in his rebounds. Should he be in the lineup? I think he should. Celtics smash as Action Jackson, taking a page out of the Good Morning to Gravy here today. And there's Twisted. He was on some of that baseball action there yesterday. Thank you, Twisted. Yeah, sent out I think I went 2-1. Did we go 2? I went 2-1. I think in the 3 games I sent out. And yeah, if you want, look, it's not, in spring training baseball, I try to send out a package if I can get around to it every day. I mean, it's mostly just a formula for exhibition baseball. People say, how can you bet exhibition baseball? And, you're betting it with small amounts, but still there's patterns in exhibition baseball. Some teams take it a little more seriously than others. And then there's big moves in exhibition baseball numbers, and I try to capitalize on those a little bit. You pretty much only see underdogs from me in preseason baseball. That's just the way I play it. Okay, some steam right now, real quick here. Another game I want to mention: Fullerton and Cal Poly. Steam to the under. We already mentioned Fullerton took the steam. Now here comes steam to the under with Fullerton and Cal Poly. Fullerton. Now, maybe these two teams have had a few overs for sure. I mean, at 162.5 down to 161 here, but Fullerton in some of these games is a conference dog on the road. Man, Cal Poly, a 14-point favorite. That's how low Fullerton is going. All right. Let's see here. Anything, Hill? Do we have any picks in this game? I'm wondering. Oh. Twisted said, what you got? I'll send it out today, Twisted. I don't know what I have here just yet. I can maybe look to see what was on my radar here a little bit. I think I had a couple of games here. Let me go ahead and see if I can. Well, I better wait on these. I better wait here. Now, my spring training card, I usually try to get things there within 30 minutes. Spring training card kind of comes out maybe 15 minutes before the first games. You do got to compile a little bit of information, a little bit. Okay, well, here we go. Now we got to pick. Here's Twisted. He likes Boston and over here in this one. Robert McCormick, Sixers first half. Wine Time says this has to be a Celtics spot. Like I said, the Celtics to me have been one of the most predictable teams. I feel like I've probably got the second best record of anybody next to Nate picking Celtics games this season, but I don't know if it is. I'm not gonna jinx Wine Time here. He's been handicapping all morning, so it's just that Boston doesn't really, when they're on the back-to-back at home, that's really not their spot to get the numbers. But I understand these Sixers right now. You're just like, what, how tanky are they at this point? Okay. And let's see here. Twisted's ready for baseball. The great thing is, you put on that MLB app, you're always going to find a couple of games every day, it feels like. Don't tag me talking about the NBA. And some of these games are really bad here. Ziggy's going under here, and I'll go under. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I pick my game on the Bulls and the Magic, you guys? I'm sorry, you guys. I'm on the under with the Bulls and the Magic game. I didn't mark it here. I don't even think I said it, and nobody called me out. All right.
Team play.
Making a funny there a little bit, but I did not make my pick in the Bulls and Magic game, so I apologize for that. We got to have a pick on every game. That's what I promise you here on the morning steam. James Parham, Boston first quarter. All right, maybe I can just put that one aside now and make my pick here on this one with Philadelphia and Boston here today. We ran over those trends a little bit. Nothing not much from you guys really. But the 14-point spread, maybe. Yeah, Ziggy said you forgot it. You forgot it. Well, the thing that triggered me on it is I'm on the under for sure. I think in this game, but let me take the Sixers here as my play. I think I just gave away my premium here because I'm all discombobulated after missing that game. But I'm on the Sixers here in this game. Look, I'm not gonna tell you the Sixers have great personnel or anything, but again, I don't see Boston usually, even with these, big advantages over some of these teams, and hopefully those players will be back tonight. I'm sure they will, but also the Celtics here, on the back-to-back, it's just not their best spot, laying points on the back-to-back. So I don't want to make, we got Nate, we got everybody here. I think the Celtics were kind of the majority of the picks. I don't know if I saw anybody. I don't think we had enough picks there to get a consensus on the Celtics, but I don't know if anybody was on the Sixers, were they? I'll take the Sixers. Twisted says he just took JT to win the tournament here at the Arnold Palmer Invitational. And hopefully you like my picks over there today. I think I like my picks this week in there, man. Where's my Matthew Pavone pick? I want to put him. I'm going to feel like I want to put this. I didn't even see if he probably bogeyed the next two holes, but the fact that, okay, there he is. Okay, he's still one under. I'm going to put Pavone. Maybe I'm going to put Pavone in here real quick while I'm on the air here, and maybe I won't take him in to win. Maybe I'll take him in a top 5. Maybe I'll take him in the top 5. Also, they're underway also at the Puerto Rico Open. Not everybody was invited to this tournament. Okay, here. Oh boy. All right. Oh man, I think Pavone might be on the move here already. I think some people already kind of maybe we're on to what I was on here. He's down to 100-1. Oh man, I don't know if I can. Oh boy. All right. I'll bump it up. I'll bump it up to $20 and put him in a top 5 here a little bit. Okay, here we go. All right. Let's take a look here at a few more. With the Celtics and the Sixers, man, we got to get a move on here. Abel says the Celtics could have a look ahead here a little bit. Wine time, you do it, man. Just go ahead. You roll with these guys. Everybody else, wine time in this chat is on the Celtics here, no doubt about it. I'm just looking at you got a team that maybe they're claiming to be banged up a little bit. Now they're on a back-to-back here a little bit, playing a bad team, like Thomas just said. Good morning to our Tops here today. And our Toms checking in, says, give me the Sixers. I'm on the Sixers with our Toms. She's going to show up here and come on the Sixers. So am I. Let's move to the next one. So the Pacers and the Hawks here with this matchup. And, well, I think I'm trying to remember, we know the big trend here between these two, but I think I whipped in that last game between them. Let me see. No. No, we had it. Let me get into it anyway with the Pacers and the Hawks. I mean, these guys have a monster run right now of overs when these two teams square off. These two teams are already, kind of big-time overs for the most part. We know the Hawks are anyway. The Hawks are 19-10 to the over at home. The Pacers, they're an over team for the most part this year, 33 and 27 to the over, but 17 and 9 to the under as a favorite. But still, 14 of the last 16 meetings between these two frequent opponents, right? No doubt, division opponents here. And so they play quite a bit. And 14 of the last 16 meetings have gone over. This is where you, if anything, right, the trends when you have the division team is going to be more important because the personnel is usually the same, more of the same rather than the long-term trends a little bit. So 9 of the last 11 meetings here in Atlanta between these two teams have gone over. Just want to note one more steam that came in. We talked about that steam that came in on Long Beach State. Now they're steaming the under in the Long Beach State UCSD game. Was 137.5 down to 136.5 here right now. I guess UCSD is going to score 100 of those points. Steam to the under, but Long Beach State and UC San Diego. All right, let's talk about these guys, though, a little bit further. Atlanta's just 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games. Meanwhile, Indiana's 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 games. Atlanta is the underdog here. They're 23-18 against the spread as an underdog. So right now at 3.5 or so here, maybe down to 3 at some spots. This total 246.5, 247 or so. It feels like right now, a little bit of a move between these two. We'll go with the chat and get your picks here with this one between Atlanta and Indiana. We mentioned these teams frequent opponents, right? So Atlanta has lost 6 of the last 8 meetings against Indiana. 4 of the last 5 meetings, or 4-1. Indiana has won 6 of the last 7 meetings and gone 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 meetings between these two teams overall. I'll spit it out. But again, the big move, is this over between these two teams, and you're looking at a massive over here. The first meeting, the last meeting between these two was 132 to 127. The Pacers won. They did not cover. They were favored by 9.5 points. That was at Indiana on February the 1st. Let's go to the chat, see what you have here with Indiana taking on Atlanta in this one. Trae Young, probable here in this one. For Indiana, Hallie is questionable. Maturin is questionable as well. So a couple of names there. Got to keep an eye on. Here we go. Let's go to the chat right now. Oh, Cash King was on the Sixers money line back there. Nice. Like that. Nasty Nay says, all right. And Jerry says, when do you sleep? Well, that's probably when I kind of got up, Jerry. I think I sent out my golf there early on. I think that's 2:40 Eastern. 11 was only 11:40 for me, but sent out my golf there a little bit early, or maybe a little bit late for some people, but thinking about trying to make some extra programming here on the Sports Money Network and maybe do some golf videos or something so we have some extra coverage here. You don't see a lot of golf videos out there. I mean, who in our market of our little YouTube channels here with our little fan, are doing golf? Who's doing golf videos? And I'm concerned about that. We need more golf coverage in YouTube gambling land. Cash Cane's on the Hawks money line here. Abel says over in this game. Wine Time says I'm going over. Ziggy's on the Pacers money line. Action Jackson's on Indy. Jerry says got to lay it tonight, maybe with UCSD. Right, Jerry. In fact, it's a discount. The value is on UCSD with the steam coming in on Long Beach State. Thomas is on Indiana. Twisted's on the Hawks. Looks like we're going back and forth here a little bit with this one. Hello to Oldie, working hard today. Thank you. Bobby Mack here is on the Pacers. Looks like Action Jackson's on the Pacers as well. And he'll take the over in this one. All right. Well, I gotta think that series history is still probably pretty significant when it comes to this matchup. A little bit of steam coming in here right now. I'll get my pick in just a moment, but see here, Michigan State and Iowa in the Big Ten in that big game for Michigan State. They are taking the steam here at this point. Michigan State, it was 150.5. Looks like it's going to go up all the way to 151.5, maybe 152. Michigan State and Iowa. Steam to the over right now. And also just moments ago, it was Utah Valley and Abilene Christian. We already talked about that steam on Abilene Christian. Now they are steaming the over with the Utah Valley Abilene Christian game. It was 138.5 up to 139.5 here now. Utah Valley Abilene Christian game. Thomas likes Michigan State in that game. All right. I got to make my call here in this game between Atlanta and Indianapolis. And Indiana. All right. I got the Hawks at home here, of course. Give me the Hawks. They're pretty decent dog, no doubt.
System playing.
And
playing.
If anything, I think I've got to be on that total somewhere, it feels like. So give me the Hawks here in this one. Next up, the Warriors are taking on the Nets. Here in this one, you got the Warriors, a 10.5 point favorite. The total 224.5. In this one, the Warriors on the road, still on the road here on this long trip, man. But there's no stopping these guys right now. The Warriors are feeling it for sure. They did a great job in that game against the Knicks. Trailed early, still came back and romped for the most part, 114-102 for their second straight win and cover here on this road trip. They're 3-1 straight up in ATS on this trip. Of course, the loss was to the Sixers. Kind of a similar. Florida Panthers are getting steamed right now in their matchup with Columbus. Wow, tonight Florida was as low as 255, but right now Florida, they're going to be going up to, I don't know, could they go up to $3 here in this one right now? They're already up to 285 at Circa, 270 at BetOnline, 290 at Bovada. Florida's going to go over $3 here. It feels like steam is coming in momentarily on the Panthers. We're kind of ahead of it here also. More steam coming in before we get going on this game a little bit. Steam coming in Jacksonville and North Alabama. Steam to the under here in this one. It was 143.5. Right now we're down to 142.5 in the game between the semifinal game in the Atlantic Sun. They're down to the semifinals here with Jacksonville and North Alabama. Steam to the under. Also, just seconds ago, Tulane and North Carolina. Steam to the under in this regular season matchup between Tulane and North Carolina. It was 145.5. We're down to 144.5. 144, Tulane and East Carolina. All right, go ahead and get your picks in if you want here between the Brooklyn Nets and Golden State Warriors here. Brooklyn just 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games overall. They've been on a massive losing streak right now. They failed to cover here in 3 consecutive games right now. They're long gone are those days where it felt like they were making us a little bit of money. They are 27-24 against the spread at home, but the Warriors here The Warriors here 9-2 against the spread in their last 11 games overall right now, and on a roll here at this point. It feels like getting a little second wind here ever since Butler came over. It's been good business, it feels like, for the Warriors. Go ahead and type your plays in. I got 2 more steam moves from college basketball right now, tournament action. So I want to keep talking about them because you got North Carolina Central and South Carolina State steam to the over here. It was 149.5, but we're going up to 151, it looks like, with North Carolina Central and South Carolina State. Now, those 2 teams have played a few. They've been over teams, I think, for the most part this year, but that Central South Carolina State series has been an under series. Still steam to the over here, 151 now. North Carolina Central and South Carolina State sticking in. This isn't tournament action. This is just a regular season, but Morgan State and Coppin steam to the over here with Morgan State and Coppin. It was 149, but we're up to 150.5 here. Looks like 150 for sure. Morgan State and Coppin steam to the over. And another big move in hockey. The Colorado Avalanche are getting steamed here big time right now from $4 on up. Colorado is soon to be here north of $4, probably $4.20 coming up here right now. Steam on Colorado Avalanche. Big mover here against the Sharks.
Steam play.
Niagara and St. Peter's steam here to the under in the game between Niagara and St. Peter's. This is a regular season game, but still steam coming in here. Niagara and St. Peter's to the under. It was 128.5. We're down to 127 here right now. Steam to the under, Niagara and St. Peter's. That is definitely an under series when Niagara meets St. Peter's. Okay, we'll go to the chat. Get your plays here for this one between the Warriors and the Nets. What do we got? With Ziggy. No, I'm sorry, Robert. Yeah, Robert goes first here. And he's got the over in this one with Brooklyn and Golden State. Ziggy likes the Nets here in this one. Thomas liked North Alabama in that steam play, that steamed game. Warriors come to play here. Abel said, it's funny because looking back at it now, and granted, here on the show yesterday with that game between the Warriors and
Final.
Where was it? Was it 2 nights ago? It was 2 nights ago, right? That Warriors game. The Warriors game against the Knicks. Speaking of coming out to play, right? I mean, the Knicks got out to that lead, and the Warriors made no bones about it and went right by him. Here's Robert. It just leads into this a little bit. Robert going Warriors first half. There, Warriors by double digits, says Action Jackson. Wow, look at this. Warriors for Robert Franklin here today. Hi, Robert. Also, Jerry says he took Queens there. He took Queens in that game. But Thomas is on the net. Wait a minute. Thomas is on the Nets. Thomas is on the Warriors. Hold on. All right, super true. How about that? Right?
Steam play.
And again, look. We're not making it up, right? When this steam goes off, that just means the line's moving. That means the bookmakers, right? I think I'm not saying people are, this is our show. We interrupt at any moment to go over the steam because that's what we do here on the morning steam. We're telling you what lines are moving. We're not making the predictions about it. But we're telling you right now where the money is coming in or the bookmakers are adjusting, right? This is, as I like to call it, actionable sports betting information. Tulane is taking the steam right now against East Carolina. Tulane was getting 5. It's down to 4 here right now. 4 was probably the original number, to be fair. No doubt about it. But the steam coming in, the line's moving to Tulane again. It might have went up. Now it's moving back down. And the line service, some man down the street sitting there, probably watching me right now, says, watch this. I'll press the steam button, and this guy on YouTube will say that I don't think they're watching, but all right. If they did, they should be sponsoring us. Here we go. We've got a few more plays, and I got to make my play, but we've got great chat here. B-Hawk says, what about Merrimack and Marist today, Ramon? I know I don't have that one in our preview. I was trying to see if I could help B-Hawk out here with that pick. We did talk about the Marist, or I don't know if I did. The Marist did take the steam in that game. They were a 1-point. They were a 1-point favorite originally in that game, but right now, I mean, pretty much a pick 'em or maybe even Merrimack favored. But thank you, B-Hawk. R. Thompson's on the over here in the Warriors game. And Super True, there's those plays for Super True. And Ziggy's got some notes here on this one. So, all right, I got to make my play here. Weighing in what you guys do as well with this game. All right, just peek at the market action here just a little bit. Let's see what's going on. And also maybe the personnel here. Kuminga out. Peyton probable here. And that's going to do it for that one. Okay. Oh, so these Warriors red hot right now. Can they get the number here again against the Brooklyn Nets? I'm going to take them. Give me the Warriors here to keep it going even on the back-to-back. I'm taking the Warriors in this one. Super True's got Youngstown over and South Carolina State over. And Action Jackson says, you know, the Nets have been dropping these games here of late, right? Yeah, they lost by 14 to the Spurs, by 21 to Detroit, 19 to Portland. All right, Ziggy says they do have a pretty clean injury report today, no doubt. And Super True, Robert Morris first half. Let's keep it going right now and get to the next one here with the Rockets on the road against the Pelicans here. Rockets minus 4.5, total 230.5 here in this one. With the Rockets laying it on the road here against New Orleans. New Orleans, they've lost 13 of their last 15 games coming into this one. They've gone under in 7 of their last 10 games against the Houston Rockets. For the Rockets here, they are 18-13 against the spread on the road this season. Meanwhile, New Orleans just 18-27 against the spread as an underdog. New Orleans showed a little bit signs of life out of the break, but they're starting to kind of, I don't know, they had won 3 of 4. They lost to the Lakers, got blown out. They failed to cover the spread now in 3 straight games. Have the New Orleans Pelicans. For Houston here, they're on a 3-game losing streak right now with losses on the road to OKC and Indy. They did cover 14.5 as a dog against the Thunder coming into this one. Houston here has lost 6 of their last 8 trips into New Orleans, as well as 8 of their last 11 games overall when traveling to New Orleans. So, got frequent opponents here for sure, but still, Rockets going to have to lay it on the road. See what you got here in this one between the Rockets and the Pelicans. The Rockets have now all of a sudden, right, for all those great things we talked about, they have lost 8 straight road games coming into this one. And maybe New Orleans is, I don't know. I don't want to say signs of life. They were doing a little bit better out of the break, but maybe the last few games, not as much. They did win and cover, or they did beat Utah by 7, but they were favored by 7.5. New Orleans has gone over in 4 straight games here. We know they're a big time over pretty much this season. New Orleans is 18-11 to the over here at home, and 28-18 to the over as an underdog. Meanwhile, Houston is 19-13 to the over. Ooh, you guys. All right, maybe I didn't get enough sleep. You're right. You got me. Houston 19-13 to the over on the road. So let's see what you guys got, and I'll take a nap and come back here. Go to the chat with the game between the Rockets and the Pelicans here. New Orleans Pelicans here for Thomas. And Ziggy's got the Rockets. R. Thompson's on the Rockets here. Still, Fred VanVleet still out of this lineup right now. And that's been pretty much no Fred, no bet. No Fred, no bet. Abel's on the Rockets here. Robert likes the over. Here in this one, it's only gone up, Feels like it might go up even further. Could it go up to 233? Action Jackson likes the Rockets here. Wine Time likes Pelicans on the money line tonight. Mr. Tomatoes is here. He's ready to go for that early game. Says, I need to wake up somehow. Take a energy drink. I don't do energy drinks, so too much Pepsi, though. Probably going to be my downfall in the end. All right. I'm going to have to take the New Orleans Pelicans here in this one. No Fred, no bet. It's becoming a theme, it feels like, right now. And these Rockets, they've gotten some covers here of late, but this losing streak on the road, I'm sure it'll be tough enough to win this game, just win this game. Pelicans and the over for Twisted. And don't tag me. Pelicans over. It's nice to have Don't Tag Me doing a nice job here in the chat. And I never could get into the wild cherry flavor there, Wine Time. I always get mad sometimes. I don't like that they package, or at least it used to, the packaging looked the same, and then I'd buy the Pepsi and I'd get home and I'd be mad. I'd be like, this is cherry Pepsi. I don't want that. But I'd drink it anyways, and I'd be like, this isn't bad, but all right, that's it. I'm on the Pelicans. We've got one last game. It's a big game. It's the Knicks and the Lakers here, with the Lakers favored in this one, -3.5. The total, 230.5 right now for this Laker club. Can't stop, won't stop. Right now on fire. And now all of a sudden, we talked about, Dallas was looking pretty good with their new. Now it's all falling apart. Now that Kyrie went down and all that, now the Lakers are looking like what a ripoff. We knew it was already a ripoff. Now it's starting to look like we expected. Karl Anthony Towns, he'll be in this game here tonight, but Achua questionable, Mitch Robb questionable, OG questionable here as well. LeBron, expect LeBron to play tonight. Hachimura still out. Austin Reeves is on the injured list, but he is on the injury report, but he is probable here in this one as the Knicks come to town, take on the Lakers. The NBA championship. We've been waiting to come back here. Let's take a look at this one between the Lakers and the Knickerbockers here. In this one for the Lakers, they've won now 7 straight games coming in. They've covered 12 of their last 15 games overall and 15 of their last 21. The Knicks are 3-10 against the spread their last 13 games. Knicks have gone under in 4 of their last 5 and 5 of their last 7. Lakers have gone under in 7 of their last 8 games. A widely reported steam came in on the over here in this game, despite the fact that the Lakers, I think if you look at, again, when you have Luka and LeBron and they like to direct the traffic, it feels like, look, they're playing great. I guess Lakers are it went over in the last game, obviously, against New Orleans, but here against the Knicks, do we expect that? Necessarily to be the case. The Knicks have been the over team this season, 17-12 to the over on the road, 6-3 to the over as an underdog. The Lakers have actually gone under in 7 of their last 10 games overall. But 7 of their last 8 actually have gone under for the Lakers, but yet this one keeps kind of going up here. It opened as low as 228, and we're all the way up to 231 here right now. So, all right, maybe the way these two teams match up, it's supposed to go over here today. Let's go to the chat and see what you guys have in this one with New York and the Lakers. The Knicks have gone under in 4 of their last 5, and 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams in LA have gone under. These teams met back on February 1st at New York. Lakers won it 128-112 in that one. The Lakers were trying to go back and remember, but the Lakers were really shorthanded, right, in that game. And then because they were a big dog, I think, in that game. Let me see here. I kind of want to look at that game now all of a sudden and see what happened, but I don't know if I have time for it. But LeBron had 11. He was in that game. Let's see. Is it no AD in that game? Is that what it was? I'm trying to remember now, but all right. Maybe you guys will remind me. I didn't know if I didn't get that far in the handicap, but let's go to the chat here. Knicks and Lakers will have plenty of picks, so I don't need to get too into it here. Thomas is on the Lakers in this one. Abel says how hot these Lakers have been. Not only, but hey, Luka hasn't been around for 23 games, so they had to be winning somewhere in there, right? And Action Jackson, I think, on the Lakers. Oh, Wine Time was going to go. Oh, no. Maybe the missus said you can't go. Lakers here for Ziggy. Abel's on the Lakers. And Thomas says you got to have Cat in there. It's Josh Hart's birthday. How about that? Robert's on the over. R. Thompson's on the over here. So you guys are on that over. Okay, I see. I don't know. Abel's on the over. Man, is the over going to be a consensus play here? Thomas says, see playoff atmosphere here. He likes the under, maybe there with me a little bit, or I don't know if I'm just surprised that this thing's been going over here. The Lakers dictate, right? Don't the Lakers dictate this? Luka over in the assists there, and Twisted's got his plays here in this one. All right. Guess I got to make the call here. The Knicks struggling against the number, man. Come on. The Knicks 1-7. Their last 8 against the spread. The Lakers smashing these, Lakers smashing good teams. They're smashing everybody, but these 4 straight covers. Lakers take no prisoners, it feels like. Give me the Lakers in this one. All right, that's it for the NBA. We got plenty of hockey to go to. We got to jump to the action right now, it feels like, and go to the NHL with the Jets and the Flyers. Going to get us started off here right now with the Hellebuck on the road. Going to be a favorite in this one, taking on the Flyers. And Urson here. Urson has been confirmed in goal just about 20 minutes ago. He's 18-10 this season with a 2.91 goals against average and 89% save percentage as Urson gets the start. Probably against Hellebuck here, it feels like right now. Let's get some of the trends and information for this game. So kind of transition over here to the NHL. For Winnipeg here, they've won 15 of their last 21 games coming into this one. For Philly, they come in here having gone over in 5 of their last 7 games overall and 4 of their last 5 games overall. Philadelphia is just 14-29 as an underdog this season. Winnipeg getting hot here again, 7-2-1. Let's see. They've dropped 3 straight. Remember how hot they were, but let's see. They're not scoring goals. Here's where I need the glasses here. Maybe because it's in 4 goals. 4 goals, and I got it. 4 goals in the last 3 games overall for Winnipeg here against the Islanders. Philly and Nashville, all losses here. So maybe Winnipeg is back to, giving some back a little bit, but still, come on. They've been so good. Philadelphia, meanwhile, here, right now at home, they are 15-14 overall, but not great as an underdog. They did lose to Calgary at home last time out, 6-3. Been okay here of late, it feels like, but Philadelphia has beaten Winnipeg in 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams. Also, these two teams have gone under in 4 of their last 5 meetings, 6 of their last 7 meetings, actually, overall. The teams
System play.
Meeting here, though, of course, just twice a year. They met back on March 1st. Philly got the win 2-1 in that one on the road at Winnipeg. So will the losing streak continue here for Winnipeg in this one? They are up to $1.50, $1.06. Man, at Bovada, they're up to $1.63 here. If anything, the action coming in a little bit on the move is on Winnipeg. For sure in this one. So let me go to the chat. See what you have here. Winnipeg's won 6 of their last 8 on the road still, despite some of these problems. But Philadelphia has actually won 7 of their last 10 games at home. Okay, let's go to the chat here right now with this one between Jets and Flyers. And we've got, hey, good morning to Trap God. Great to see Trap God today. Ziggy's on the under here. Art Thompson's on the under in this one. Robert McCormick's on the under here. Trap God says, Lightning to win the Eastern Conference. Man, they're playing well, it feels like right now. Thomas says, we need some consensus here. We've only got 1 so far. All right, we'll see if we can get one here. We just had 3 people say under in this game. Maybe if I go, let me see here. Okay, it was enough because Abel was the 4th one that set Thomas into motion to say that the Winnipeg Jets and the Philadelphia Flyers game to go under is a consensus play. Wow, a hockey consensus play on the under. Look, I kind of agree with the play from the chat here on the under, and I think I'm going to use it with you guys. Let me go under here with Winnipeg and Philadelphia. I'm on it with you. You guys are on it. I'm on it. Jets for Twisted. I probably want to take the Jets. I don't think I'll have it. Yeah, they might make it as a premium, but it's going to be a little bit too high priced. I might not send it out. I might like the Jets, I think. I know that they're probably not a great price, so if it gets any higher, I might not send it out. If you want to bet it, I've seen some handicappers that I respect on Philadelphia already today, but still Winnipeg, a little bit profitable on the road. Winnipeg, uh, not overwhelming, but profitable on the road at their 19-11 record on the road. So even though they've started to be favored quite a bit on the road, still finding a profit. Philadelphia is a losing proposition at home. Cash Kane says Jets -1.5. Next up is the Blue Jackets taking on the Panthers here, and you got the Blue Jackets right. Pardon me, folks. For Florida here, they've already taken the steam here, and now I've got to update this line. It feels like it's up to probably $3. Probably $3. I could put $2.85, but I think the square books are pretty much at $3 here, and the total is probably 6 over 20 for the most part in this one. Florida, both two hot teams, I would say, at this point. Yeah, Florida's won 4 games in a row. They're supposed to. They're Florida. They beat Tampa Bay, Calgary, Edmonton, and Nashville, but Blue Jackets just lost to Tampa Bay, but that only stopped their win streak that they've been on. Columbus is doing a great job. 7 games, over 500 here for the Blue Jackets, and they've been a great, profitable team. Now, most of their damage does come at home. I've been saying this a little bit about the Blue Jackets because they've been kind of popular with the public here. People are kind of onto them as being a money-making team. But on the road, they're still costing you a quarter of a unit per game. They have not been great on the road as far as profitability is concerned. They're just 10-17 overall. But Florida, 20-10 at home. You got to look at the puck line, of course. Kind of with this matchup, you got Florida 20-27 as a puck line favorite right now for Florida. They are -1.5 at -115. It's basically a pick 'em on the puck line for the most part. Columbus is 33-17 on the puck line as a puck line dog, basically. Getting the puck line every time there's a steam play coming in right now in the matchup between San Jose and Colorado. We already talked about the steam that came in on Colorado. Now there's steam coming in on the under here in San Jose and Colorado. This one is going to be mostly 6. It's going to probably go all the way down to 6. It's going to be juiced to the over probably, but there is a move to the under here with the Sharks and the Avalanche. That's after the Avalanche had already gotten steamed. We're going to the chat here, I think, in the matchup between the Blue Jackets and the Panthers tonight in Sunrise, Florida. Man, this one will probably go to 325, I'd imagine, eventually by game time. We're getting to that time of the year, but even though I don't want to sleep on Columbus, the road isn't as great. Columbus, though, have won 4 of their last 5. They've gone over in 5 of their last 6 games. Florida's under in 5 of their last 7. They've won 9 of their last 11 games. Now, when these two teams meet, it's been all Florida. They've won 6 straight meetings between these two teams. 7 of the last 10 meetings between the two teams have gone over, and also 12 of the last 16 teams between the two teams have gone over. When playing here in Columbus, Florida's won 9 of the last 11, and 5 of the last 7 have gone over here when these two teams have met in Sunrise, and 10 of the last 14 have gone over. Let's go to the chat and look at this one between Columbus and Florida tonight. What do you got? All right. Not much. Ziggy's on the over, I think, here in this one. The Don't Tag Me has an interesting play here. Both teams to get over 2 goals at minus 180. Thank you for being here. Don't Tag Me. Our Tom says the total has moved here to 6.5 for the most part now. I show DraftKings 6.5 under 30. Our Tom says right. And here's Robert says lay it still with the Panthers today. Trap God's going over here in this one. So is Abel here. I mean, if you're going to go over in any game today, right? This one kind of feels like the one you want to go. You got Columbus. They are 29-20 to the over as an underdog. AOD, good morning. And he says Hard got all the calls in that 50-point performance. Thank you for being here, AOD, today. And all right, I think that might do it. I think the pressure's going to be on me here right now to make the winning call. It feels like. Let me just peek at the market action here and see if I want to do it. Because that Florida, man, it's such a big move, right? That's been a big move, 50 cents or more here at this point. Maybe it's bringing the puck line into play, even for this Columbus team. I've got to try Columbus here on the puck line with this big move. No value in Florida, so let me try Columbus on the puck line today. First period over here for Redbeard. Hi, Redbeard. Utah and the Red Wings in this one. With the Red Wings favored in this one at home, they are currently at minus $1. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Utah favored on the road. Utah's favored on the road. Well, I guess they're going to win then. I mean, come on. This is just the Detroit Red Wings, one of the hottest teams around. I guess Utah, I don't know. Now, Detroit has the better record, 30-25-6. Utah, 27-25-9. Utah's been doing a nice job. Maybe this Red Wings 3-game losing streak is starting to show some of their flaws. They did lose to Carolina 2-1 last time out. They got swept by Columbus, of course, before that. For Utah here, they did lose against New Jersey here at home, and then now head out here on the road. In this one, Utah, they're not terrible on the road, actually. They're slightly profitable. They did take the steam here, obviously. So that's one thing to consider here that, Utah did go, we mentioned it right here on the air, from $1.15 up to $1.25 or so right now, current line. Mostly $1.20, it feels like, for the most part. 6 over 15 at the sharp books, but 6 under 15 at some of the others. Let's just call it 6 flat. But Utah certainly favored here in this one. This one feels like one of those tricky plays a little bit, but man, I would want to lay this Utah team right now. They're just 3-10 straight up. Well, let me take a look at this, actually. Utah has won 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two franchises. Of course, previous Arizona Coyotes, they're not the same franchise, but it started the season as the same roster. We haven't said that in a while, but maybe we should make it clear again for those of you just joining us, as Utah was Arizona Coyotes roster. So we can, kind of include the season series a little bit. Detroit's gone over in 6 of their last 8 games overall. Coming in to this one, Detroit at home right now have lost 4 of their last 5 home games here, but Detroit has gone over in 5 of their last 6 games at home right now. For the most part, Detroit 18-13 to the over at home. but 16-25 to the under as a dog. So let's see here. I know Utah pretty popular with the sharps. It feels like at this point, but feels like a risky number here at $1.19 right now at Pinnacle. So Utah just very popular. I'm sure they're going to be very live here to a lot of people. I'm just not sure I can do it. Let's see what the chat has to say in this one. See, R. Thompson is on Utah here. I just didn't know what I'm missing a little bit here. Let's see if we got anything in the maybe the goalie confirmations or something here to help me out. Lyon is in goal here, 10-7 with a 2.75 goals against. Ziggy's on the under. Cash Kane, Red Wings. Abel on the Red Wings here. Okay. Trey Berry, good morning and hello. Robert is on the over here in this one with Utah and Detroit. All right. I'm going to cop out here probably and just end up on the Red Wings here. Give me the Red Wings in this one against Utah Hockey Club. I'm going to take them. I may have this one wrong because it feels like the Sharps are all over Utah. This is where I am supposed to tail them. The computer's yelling at me over here. Utah. And I think that's it. Hello to Flea Mathis in the chat. I think that's it from this game for you guys. Let's move on to the next one here in the NHL with the Sabres. Taking on those Lightning. As you guys just mentioned, all right, you got the Lightning here, favored in this one, minus 250 or so. The total, 6.5 under at minus 115. Tampa Bay. 36-21-4 coming in on a pretty good run right now. The Sabres have lost 4 straight to San Jose, Montreal twice. They lost to Carolina as well on the road. Tampa Bay 27-7 at home this season. Buffalo just 9-16 on the road, 13-22 on the road as a dog. For Tampa Bay here right now, they are 10-2 in their last 12 games overall. Buffalo's gone over in 8 of their last 11 games overall, but Tampa's gone under in 5 of their last 6. When these two teams have met recently, it is Tampa Bay actually losing 4 out of the last 5 meetings. 5 of the last 6 meetings, Tampa Bay's lost to Buffalo right now. Long term, they own Buffalo, but short term here, Buffalo's gotten the best of them. Still on the road, Buffalo hasn't fared that well against Tampa Bay. Just 6-15 in their last 21 games at Tampa Bay. 3-7 their last 10 games at Tampa Bay. These teams have not met yet this season. Buffalo 20-12 to the over on as an underdog. All right, go to the chat here in this one. Buffalo and Tampa Bay. And see what you got here with Tampa. Big favorite. Looking at some of the puck line records for these guys, Tampa Bay, one of those rare teams that, as a puck line favorite, does do pretty well. They are 24-20 as a puck line favorite here. And for Buffalo, they are 22-13 as a puck line dog. They're a losing proposition still on the road this season, while Tampa Bay slightly profitable at home. And we'll see what you guys have here in this one. Man, they've got to figure maybe there'll be some goals here. The way Buffalo's been going in some of these games right now with these losses, they've given up here in those 4 losses of late. 19 goals in those 4 games. Tampa Bay's kind of an under team, 12-17 to the under at home, but We'll see in this one. I'm not so sure. Give me the Tampa Bay Lightning on the puck line here. I got to roll with Tampa Bay to get this money. Give me the Lightning on the puck line. Let's see what you guys have. I've made my call early before I checked with the chat. Ziggy's on the over. Our Thompson's on the over. Abel's on the over. We've got some overs here. And look at this. Ready? He says the Lightning are hot on the puck line right now, covering all the puck lines. 9 straight puck lines. They had to be favored in most of those games, right? Now, I know they weren't favored against, they weren't favored against the Panthers, so they covered the puck line because that was 2-1. So, ready? Great call there as they cover these puck lines. No doubt about it. Okay, let's see. Trap God likes the Lightning as well. Abel says Lightning moneyline Panthers. Moneyline Zoe Pays here. Says Tampa minus a goal in regulation. That'll work. Tampa for Robert. Wow. So this one could have gone either way in consensus land, it feels like. Tampa Bay and or the over here. Robert says over in the first period. I'll take Tampa Bay in this one. All right, we're halfway through this. Well, we're not quite. There's a 9-game card, so. Oh, thank you. Ready? Talking about. There you go. Thanks a lot. Ready? Yeah, Paterka. 6 straight games with a point. Nice. Okay. Let's move on to the Bruins and the Hurricanes. the Hurricanes. It says they're on screen. I haven't lost my mind. I have, but let me fix that here.
Goalies.
All right, we hear the goalies are coming in a little bit more here right now, so maybe we can check on this one too with the Bruins and Swayman coming in here against Kashetkov in this one. Kashetkov, a 2.5 goals against average. Swayman's up there closer to 3 at this point. You got the Hurricanes, a big favorite. Kashetkov likely to go here in this one. The Hurricanes have won consecutive 2-1 games here right now. Kashetkov saved 15 of 16 shots in the 2-1 win over Calgary here. So still a pretty huge favorite, 270 here. Bruins have gone just 1-5-2 in their last 8 games overall here right now. Man, Utah. I'm not saying the wrong team. Utah. I just want to mention we just talked about that game a few moments ago. They're up now to $1.30 or higher here. Utah continues to take the action today. I know Detroit hasn't looked that great here, but the Sharps are all over Utah, obviously, and the experts, too, it looks like, are on Utah. Oh, well. Maybe I just can't buy into it. Utah does do well in some road games, and then they're a clunker in others. All right, Hurricanes here, up to $3 here, it feels like right now. Man, I'm gonna put $3. It might be $2.95, but 5.5 over 20 right now here. The Bruins Hurricanes game. Let's see what's going on in this one. For the Bruins here, they've lost, as I said, they've lost 7 of their last 8 overall. 1-5 1-4-2 or something like that. 3-9 straight up in their last 12 games overall. 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Carolina's gone under in 4 of their last 5 games overall. Carolina's defeated Boston in 7 of their last 9 meetings between the two teams in Charlotte. For Boston here, they come in right now with consecutive losses to Nashville and Minnesota. Lost to Nashville 6-3 last time out. For Carolina here, they've won 2 straight, like I said, by 2-1 score. Carolina on the puck line, just 24-32 as a puck line favorite, but they are slightly profitable at home this season. Meanwhile, the Bruins are costing you a quarter of a unit per game on the road here right now, but still a pretty big number here, increased number now at $3. A little bit of college basketball steam real quick. Let me sneak this one in, and then we'll get to the plays here. Cal Irvine and UC Davis. We're seeing some steam here right now in this one to the over. It was 133. We're up to 135 here with Irvine and Davis. Remember, Davis got steamed earlier from 7.5 to 6.5 or so. All right, let's see what you've got here with the Boston and the Hurricanes. And see what you got. Boston, the one thing is for Boston, they've covered the puck line for sure in a bunch of games when they're a dog for the most part. So let's see here. Go to the chat. Cam Davis atop the leaderboard here at the Arnold Palmer. He's the only golfer at 2 under, so going to get some realistic scores here, it feels like right now at the Arnold Palmer. That's always a good thing. Let me see here. A little bit of breaking news here, a little bit just coming my way. This is kind of an older story in a way, but a race caller here from Southern California, or, he's from Durban, South Africa, but Trevor Denman is retiring from race calling here right now. I think before this season, I think it's going to be, he's already retired kind of once, and then he kind of came back, but that will be announced this morning. Trevor Denman is officially, he's retiring, I believe, immediately here. Yes. So he hasn't called a race since September 8th back at Del Mar, but I remember his first day on the job because I couldn't believe that he was replacing the great Harry Henson. And I said, "Who is this English man called?" We know he's from Durban, South Africa, but having heard him call the race for the first time at Del Mar, I was there on that day. When he came to Del Mar, he also did some Santa Anita, of course, and all that. But Larry Colmus will take over at Del Mar. So Trevor Denman retiring here, of making it official this morning at the Del Mar Thoroughbred Club in a press conference here, likely today. Big fan of Trevor Denman. And if Keith's out there, he made me do the famous Zenyatta call there the other day. This is unbelievable. Zenyatta, what a performance. One will never forget. All right, we're here with the Bruins and the Hurricanes. Let's get to the picks in the chat. And we're going to start off with Nasty Nate. It's got to be the Bruins to smash here in this one. Despite being a $3 dog and having lost all these games, Nasty Nate's going to go with the Bruins. Ziggy's on the under. And Trap God says that, look at this. This is just too high. Too high. Everybody's too high. Robert's on the under. R. Thompson's on the under. That's already 3 unders. And here, Abel says Bruins puck line. Might have to do it here with this increased price here. I don't think if they were, quote unquote, officially steamed. Oh, yeah, they were. Okay. This one was as low as 255. So you'll see what happens here with these big steamers a little bit. The number gets out of control. And Trap God said, look, the Bruins are scrambling here at this point. 500 team here right now. Thank you to Ready Samedi for more great stats in the chat. Cash Cane's going under. Zoe's leaning under. Trap God, Bruins, puck line. And I got to go with the Bruins on the puck line here. These are almost always automatic for me a little bit this time of year when you get these big moves or whatever. Yeah, maybe you got to respect the steam a little bit on some of these as well. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Bruins here in this one on that puck line after that big steam move. Okay, next up, man, we got to get going here. We finished before the top of the hour. Flames and Stars here in this one. And look, yeah, maybe you could characterize the Stars as an over team all of a sudden now. They can't stop going over. Before they couldn't stop going under. Now they can't stop going over. And not only that, they're playing against a team where they can't not go over against. The Stars and the Flames, they go over 4 times a year, it feels like. With these two, man, this is a permanent over series, it feels like right now, which is funny because you've got Dallas going over all the time. Now, to be clear, the Flames are going under every game here at this point right now, for sure. Dallas has won 20 of their last 27 games overall, 11 of their last 14 overall, 6 of their last 7. Dallas is cooking here right now on a 3-game winning streak. They beat New Jersey last time out, 4-3. Didn't get that puck line, but still, Dallas here favored to, let's call it 220. It's about 230, I'd say. I think I might have just hit the wrong number there on that 239. Total 6 under maybe here at minus 115 or so right now. And okay, whatever, because every game goes over when these two teams meet. 9 of the last 12, 7 straight meetings between the two have gone over here. And in Calgary, they've also, or in Dallas, they've also gone over in 5 straight games overall between these two teams. Calgary, however, has gone under in 4 of their last 5 and 6 of their last 7. They've also gone under in 10 of their last 13 and 19 of their last 27. They're 14 and 25 to the or 15 and 22 to the under as a dog. Now, Dallas still qualifies as an under team for the season, but no doubt right now, the last month or so, it's been almost all overs, it feels like, here for Dallas. 230, so you got to look at the puck line here. Dallas is 24 and 27 as a puck line favorite. Calgary 22 and 17 is a puck line underdog, but Calgary still costing you a quarter of a unit per game on the road. Dallas is slightly profitable at home. Still this season, you've got Ottinger expected in goal here. And also for the Flames, probably Dustin Wolf here in this one, but no confirmation yet here between these two. And we'll go to the chat next for this one between Flames and the Stars. Calgary's lost 8 straight off of a road win coming into this one. The underdogs cover the puck line in 8 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams. And let's see what we got. Oh, here we go. Thomas said the Bruins under was a steam consensus play there. Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate that. Yeah, it was either side or total, right? It felt like. Okay. Robert going over here in this one. The Philadelphia Flyers are getting steamed right now in their matchup with the Jets. We already talked that game up And we took the under, of course, team consensus and but I just want to mention right now the Flyers are getting steamed here. They were plus $1.30, but they're going to be plus $1.20 right now. It feels like a pretty significant move we're seeing here to the Flyers in their game against the Jets today. Trap God likes prop today. Says Harley continues to be hot. Okay, thank you. Here is Ready Samedi says he's got another prop there. Dark Knight says take the over. Good morning to Juan here today. All right, and we'll see what you guys have in this one with Dallas. Ready Samedi says he likes stars on the money line. In this one, all right, I don't mind that, I guess. I might be interested as well in Calgary. All right. I'm going to make my call here. Let's see. Zoe says over here. Go over 5.5. Oh, take the over 5.5 in this one at minus taking it down by half a goal here. Yeah, look, it feels like even though Calgary's been a dead solid under of late, they're in a matchup with the Stars who are going over constantly right now, and this series is an over series, so maybe that is the determining factor in the end for me in this one. But I've got to think it's a 1-goal game no matter the way you look at it. Give me the Flames on the puck line here in this one. Flames are plus 1.5 at minus $1.25. No, minus $1.35. Oh well. Okay, well I'm already committed to it right now. Give me the Flames on the puck line here. All right. Oh, here's some more plays. Thank you, Abel, for your plays. And Ziggy also likes the over, and Abel likes the over as well. So we got some overs in there for sure. You got Abel, you got Ziggy on the over, and you got Juan Padilla the Dark Knight, and you got Bobby Mack on the over. So 4 overs there. All right. All right, let's take a look next up. A few more games here, and we'll get to the basketball. It might just be picks anyways when we get to basketball. Here's the Kraken. And the Kraken are taking on the Predators here. The Predators, $1.35 or so. Do I have this order right? Did I screw this up, you guys? Oh, yeah, okay. Predators are a time change to 8:07 Eastern, 5:07 Pacific. In this one, you've got the Preds, $1.35, 5.5 over, minus 115 right now. Seattle coming in off of a loss last time out to Minnesota, 4-3 at home. Meanwhile, Nashville got that 6-3 win at Boston last time out. For the Predators here, they've been playing pretty well at home in some of these games for sure here of late. Now, they were just on a 3-game road trip, but they beat Winnipeg at home before that. And they're, again, they've been the team that's been the darling of the Sharps. Nashville's gone under in 4 straight games. Now, they're not covering very many puck lines, that's for sure, but only favored $1.35. Here, that seems almost reasonable at this point. I don't know, there could be room for some movement here. Seattle's definitely having a few woes here. Nashville's gone under in 5 of their last 7 games overall. Seattle's gone under in 5 of their last 6 games overall coming into this one. Nashville's gone under in 5 of their last 7 games at home. Let's go to the chat here for this matchup. Seattle and Nashville. Seattle's gone under in 5 of their last 6 on the road. Seattle's covered the puck line in 4 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams. Seattle won 3-0 back in November at home. Let's go to the chat here right now and see if you guys have anything in this one. Thomas said the Flames game ended up being a consensus on the over. Thank you, Thomas. Good job, man. You're watching this closely. Thank you, thank you. Oh, here we go with Ziggy is on the Kraken here. And Robert's on the Kraken. R. Thompson's on the Kraken. They're getting Kraken here. You guys are liking this Kraken on the road. Yeah, the Predators, what can you say? They've been still a money burner, and for whatever reason, the Sharps still, I don't know, love them. It feels like game after game, but they haven't made the move on them yet here today, so maybe this will be a spot for the Kraken. Abel says, what's Kraken? I don't think he's picking the Kraken, but he is saying what's Kraken. For Nashville, they are 15-12 at home this season. Kraken just 12-17 on the road. Kraken 15-25 as an underdog. Nashville's been a terrible favorite. 14-20 straight up as a favorite. All right, I guess I got to make the call here for me in this one between the Kraken and the Preds. I know the Kraken are going to be really popular here today, and maybe that will be. Look, Abel's on the Kraken. He is on the Kraken as well. Reddy Samedi did like Nashville. Thank you to Ziggy today. Have a great day, Ziggy. All right, and for me in this one, I'm going with the under in the Kraken and the Predators. Give me the under here in this one. All right, next up, a couple more here. Canadians and the Oilers tonight with the Oil, 250 at home here. Total 6.5. Flat, feels like pretty much at this point. I feel like the Canadians are going to be pretty hard to pass up the way the Oilers are going right now. Granted, they did snap that losing streak finally against Carolina, but then came back and laid a clunker against Anaheim. Meanwhile, Montreal comes in here red hot again. This team is so streaky, but hey, at least they are able to put together win streaks, and that's where we're at right now. And I don't know, it feels like a lot of people want to take Montreal here in this one against the Oilers at this big price. You got Edmonton here. It says 250 on screen, but I don't know. Could it go higher? Montreal's won 5 straight. Edmonton's lost 6 of their last 7 games coming into this one. 7 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams have gone over, including the last game between the two. Let me see. The last game between the two teams was actually under in the first meeting. Montreal won at home 3-0. Edmonton is a shocking 16-37 as a puck line favorite. Montreal 32-20 as a puck line underdog here. Man, it's going to be hard to want to not take Montreal here at this point, it feels like, but let's see what you have here. Robert's on the Montreal Canadiens plus 1.5 goals. So is Trap God. And you know what? I'm going to have to take the Canadians here as well on the puck line. How can I not? I want to take them on the money line. Edmonton's broken, it feels like at this point. R. Thompson's on Montreal. Abel's on Montreal on the puck line here. Montreal's puck line, they're still a little bit of a favorite on the puck line here, minus $1.25, but I'm willing to do it. Give me Montreal here on the puck line. Robert also might take it here just because of price, right? It would seem like the price is still just the same as it was if the Canadians had lost 3 of their last 5 and the Oilers had won 3 of their last 5. And it's still $2.50 probably should be like $1.75 the way these two teams are going. But still, the Oilers, you figure any time now they're going to figure it out, just like they did in the first half. First half of the season, they were terrible last, at the beginning of the season, recovered and started going a big streak. Now we got to the All-Star break, and then they're terrible coming out of the All-Star break. I'm sure they'll find it here a little bit. All right. Ready Samedi says, not only is Canada our 51st date, but so is Montreal. Quebec. What happens if Canada is the 51st state? Will Quebec remain Canada? And how about I don't know if in the joint session of Congress speech the other night by Trump, I think he just made Greenland part of the United States in the speech. I think Greenland is going to be changing its name to Red, White, and Blueland. All right, let's do one more and get out of here for the hockey. Pardon me, gang. A lot of talking here today. Sharks and Avalanche. Our final game here with the Avalanche. We already talked about the big move here. And this line, I think this line's a little bit stale. It's up to 4.35 here at some spots right now with the Avalanche. Come on, no way they're going to cover a puck line against these Sharks right now. The Sharks have won 2 in a row against Buffalo and Toronto on the road, and now they're stopping back here on the way back. To the West Coast. And they're getting, I'll call it 425. Might even be higher than that. 425 and maybe 6 over 25. Could be 6.5 under at this point. But you do have here, let's take a look how we can break this one down. You got Colorado 20 and 30 on the puck line so far this season. San Jose 38 and 25 on the puck line. San Jose is plus $1.30 on the puck line here in this one. Now, Colorado's won 12 straight meetings against San Jose. That we know. No big deal. We know that they own this team here right now. Also, 19 of the last 21 games have been won by Colorado, but still, you look at the head-to-head series, Colorado won against the puck line in 4 straight games. Currently, the last meeting was December 19th. It was 4-2, the final score in that one. So still ridiculous line here. I can't lay this puck line even necessarily at this price, it feels like. Probably got to just take the Sharks out of. Here we go. Let's see what we got. And Don't Tag Me says that we got some of these liberal states going to join Canada instead. All right. Trap God says, take the Sharks plus 2.5. You know what? That might be the way to go in this one. Lay a little bit with the Sharks. Ready Samedi says, I'm going to lay 4.25. R. Thompson is on the under. Robert Dixon's here, and he says, take the Sharks on the puck line. So I will. Give me the Sharks here on the puck line in this ridiculous price against San Jose. I mean, how many of these puck lines are coming through, it feels like right now around the league, these dogs. I think that's it for hockey. We've got to get going here to the great basketball today. I'm only looking at conference tournament games, I think, for the most part, except maybe also that Michigan State and Iowa game feels like the other game I kind of want to make sure we look at on the schedule today. It feels like those are the most important games here today for sure. Michigan State Iowa game, even though Michigan State should win, it probably feels like to me the one game that you have to look at. You could also look at Conference USA with Liberty and Middle Tennessee, a hot matchup as those teams are just a half a game behind Jacksonville. But let's get over to the schedule here real quick. We're going to start with the tournament play, and then we'll see what we have left. There's a lot of games, so these are going to be quick here. Let's start it off, though, with Indiana State here taking on Southern Illinois in Arch Madness. And this one's underway in just 90 minutes, you guys. Get ready here for Illinois State taking on Southern Illinois here in this one in the Missouri Valley. Look at this total. That is not the total, by the way. The total has gone down, I believe, considerably here to 154. Let's indicate that. It's maybe a pick 'em right now. Maybe Indiana State's still favored, but still 154. I don't know how many times I've been watching Arch Madness ever since they changed it to Arch Madness. And they never mean it's not official. That's just a nickname of the tournament because of the fact that they play this tournament here with this one in St. Louis. So, but I don't know how many times I watch these games and they get lined like this after the regular season, whatever. Now, maybe granted, this season the totals are a little higher, but you get into these Missouri Valley games. There's no way this thing's going to be 154. Come on, don't they? The bookmaker. You ever watch this tournament, Missouri Valley Conference? No. Especially an early game, it feels like here. Now, let me get your plays here in this one with Indiana State and Southern Illinois. I probably should go to the side in this one, maybe, because maybe it's too. We'll see what you guys have. Let me go to the chat and see what you guys got here in this one. I'll go right to you guys and get the picks out there. It feels like, look, Indiana State, they are maybe the hotter cover here right now, 6-3-1 against the spread. SIU just 5-7-11 against the spread as an underdog coming into this one. But get my notes together here a little bit. Okay, here we go. Southern Illinois has covered 13 of the last 19 meetings between these two teams. The teams met just once during the regular season, and it was 4 days ago. And Indiana State rocked them 95-77 at home. They were a 2.5-point favorite in that one. Let me get everything square here. We got to get these picks out quick and want to make sure we have everything ready here. All right. So Southern Illinois comes in having lost 5 of their last 6 games. Their only win was a win over Illinois State, 88-79 at home as a 1.5-point dog before they got involved in that game against Indiana State in that last matchup. Like I said, 95-77. The widely reported steam did come in on Indiana State here. So let's go to the chat and see what you guys have in this one with Southern Illinois and Indiana State. All right, here we go. We're in the conference tournaments here right now. Redbeard, Indiana State in this one. Jerry says under and under first half. Robert says it's moved all right. All right. Toucan is from Quebec. How about it? I've been to Montreal one time. I went to the old Montreal Forum. All right, Abel's on the under here. And Thomas said, I already played Indiana State when that steam came in. R. Thompson's on the under here in this one.
Play.
Getting some steam in here right now in the matchup between Navy and Boston U. Steam to the over right now. It was 129.5, and we're up to 1 30.5 right now. We will try to preview that game here. I got to step on it here. Reddy Samedi says these teams are averaging, what is this? Average points per game, 157. There's Jerry here. He says he got under last night. Trey Berry, SIU in the under. Mr. Tomatoes says Indiana State's going to be easy money here in this one. All right. I think the Sharps are kind of going back and forth here between these two. But, man, that was a one-sided victory. Abel says, man, is this an under consensus here in this one? Look, I just mentioned it. I don't know if I don't want to sell you guys short of this. It's just, to me, you have, whenever you see the Missouri Valley Conference to me is a low-scoring tournament to me. All right. Well, I guess I got to make the call here in this one. Kind of want to pick the side. You guys are all over this under. The Sharps are all over the under here as well. That's for sure. But I'm going to have to take Indiana State here. You guys are kind of leaning that way in the chat. Maybe I'm waffling here a little bit on the side, but I'm going to take the side, and I'm going to take Indiana State. I didn't have anything ready to go in that game. And Thomas says, why is the line so short? You'd think it would be a little bit higher here. Maybe is what Thomas is saying, considering, I don't know, both teams have been pretty bad this season. It's just for me, look, if Indiana State, I don't know if they're favored necessarily. Let's see. Oh, look at Jerry. What a great stat. What a great stat, Jerry. Wow. Or I think he's generalizing, but I agree with that. Oh, Reddy Sinetti doing his podcast on these. Oh, man, I want to hear. I'd like to hear Reddy Simetti's podcast. I didn't know Reddy Simetti even had a podcast. I'd like to hear that. Thank you, Mr. Tomatoes. Nice to see you. He's got Indiana State to roll. Okay, good. I'm on it with Tomatoes. Next up, we're going to go right through. We're not in time order today. We're kind of partially in time order, but here we go with Missouri State. Taking on Illinois State here. Illinois State favored by 5.5. 132.5 in this one. Second game at Arch Madness here today. We know Missouri State's on a losing streak here. Missouri State, they're on a losing streak, but they cover. That's the thing with Missouri State right now. They've been a covering machine. Despite losing, they're getting the money every time out, it feels like right now. Missouri State's 13-7 against the spread as an underdog. Illinois State's 5-10 against the spread as a favorite. And it's just the opposite for Missouri State, or for Illinois State. They've won 3 out of their last 4, but just 1-3 against the spread in their last 4 games. So you have Illinois State wins, but they don't cover. Missouri State loses, but they cover. That's the kind of way that it's been so far. Now, these two teams did meet twice this season. Both games were won by Illinois State, but guess what? They failed to cover the spread in both games. The last meeting was on February 22nd. They won by 2. They were favored by 2.5. Back in January, they were favored by 8.5. They won by 6. So what's going to happen here? You know what's going to happen here. Illinois State's going to win. Missouri State's going to cover. That's probably what's going to happen here. I don't know. What do you guys think between these two? Now, Illinois State has gone over in 8 of their last 10. They're 9-6 to the over as a favorite. Coming into this one, they're 20-10 to the over overall. Even though Missouri State has kind of trended under for the most part, they still are 11-10 to the over as a dog. Let's see what you guys have in this one. Anything? Trevor's on Southern Illinois. Oh, that was that other game. Thank you, Trevor. Abel says Missouri State. R. Tom says Missouri State and the over. You got to think over, don't you there, R. Toms? I mean, Sharps are preferring the over here for sure. I've got the Sharps kind of for the most part on the over. Trey Berry's on Missouri State. Robert's on Missouri State as well. A lot of Missouri State here in the chat, but there's some Illinois State for Jerry. Thank you, Jerry, for your contributions today as well. All right. You know I'm taking Missouri State, though, in this one. And Abel says also with that over there. Yeah, I mean, I would think that's probably the direction that I would be headed as well here. It might make my card. I mean, to me, like I said, Illinois State, they are favored here, and they go over mostly. So, but I just can't help but think that Missouri State probably gets the money here in this one and the Missouri Valley. All right. I will say that what's the line here currently? 5.5. Okay, 5.5 here is the line. I just make note because I want you to keep an eye on this. Now, none of these games qualify yet. Let me see what Murray State. Let me go to the next one. I made my pick. Nah, Trey, we're not going to get to any Europa, and I probably will not have any Europa releases today. Too much action for me to get that far, I think. Thank you, Trey. Okay, so let's go to Murray State now. They're 5.5. Now, look, you got two spreads here at 5.5. You got Illinois, Chicago. They're favored by 4. None of these are probably going to get too high. Now, I will say this: Missouri Valley underdogs in Arch Madness of 6.5 points or more are only so. Let's see here. Underdogs of 6.5 or more points are 13 and 29 against the spread. Now, these aren't quite get there yet, so maybe you could still look at the dogs. Maybe these mean that these will be competitive games. I'm sure they will be in Arch Madness after all. All right, Evansville here taking on Murray. And you've got Murray here favored in this one by 5.5. And the total 130 down to 130 here right now, maybe even 129.5. We're seeing a bit of a move for sure. We know the widely reported steam did come in on the under in this game between Evansville and Murray State. All right, and got to bring it up here. A little bit of makes it a little bit tough that I didn't go in time order, I guess, and I got to scroll down here to get the right notes. All right, we'll figure it out as the days go along here. All right, Evansville's lost 3 straight coming in this one, but again, they're covering numbers. They lost to Illinois State, they cover. They lost to Drake, they covered. They lost to Illinois Chicago, they covered. These two teams have met already twice this season. The home team won both meetings here, and for Murray State, the surprise was that they lost last game, 78-74, the last matchup with Murray. Evansville did cover, though. They were getting 5.5 in that one. Murray, when they won 63-61 at home, they failed to cover the spread. They were favored by 13 in that one. So Evansville got the money in both meetings this season. I would have a feeling this one probably going to be another close game here at Arch Madness. I see this one maybe going only one way, but I'm going to end up on the under here as my play in this one. The first meeting went under. The second meeting went over. Interestingly, when the spread was 145.5 at Murray, it went under. When it was 134 at Evansville, it went way over. But still, for me, Arch Madness, total moving down. Steam came in. Sharps are on the under. Evansville, 12 and 15 to the under as a dog. I'm going under here as my free play. Getting a little bit short here, getting a little bit low, but I'm taking the under. I think you might have heard what I'm on for the side, but it's going to be a premium. So I'll just leave it at that. We got to go a little faster here, guys. I'm sorry. All right, Zoe's on Murray. Robert's on Murray. Cash Kane, Evansville. R. Thompson, Evansville. Abel's going under with me. Next up is Valparaiso taking on Illinois Chicago. Another one here, 149 in a Missouri Valley Conference tournament game. It's not 149 anymore, right? It's down to 147.5. The Sharps know, you don't want to have these games too high at this tournament, even if it is with these two teams that maybe they have played a few higher scores here, whatever. I'm not sure I'd be interested in it. But maybe I'll look at the side here in this one between Valparaiso and Illinois Chicago here. Valparaiso's lost 2 straight. They did get the money last time out against UIC. These two teams met just back 4 days ago. It was 73-77. UIC got the win. They did not cover. Valpo got the money in that one. And they're getting 4 here in this one. For UIC, they are terrible against the spread as a favorite. 3-7 against the spread. They're also just 1-9 against the spread in their last 10 games overall. Now, Valparaiso is just 3-7 in their last 10 games overall, so they haven't been much good either. But Valparaiso, 10-10 right now against the spread as an underdog. So we'll see maybe what you got here in this one with Valparaiso taking on Illinois Chicago and Arch Madness with that total dropping big time here. I've got to go with Illinois Chicago, though, in this one. I want to take Valpo here, but I'm going to lay it. My figures are just too strong on Illinois Chicago here. Look, both teams are struggling against the number, so I don't know if there's that much to it. Illinois Chicago won the last game. I'm going to take them here. Give me Illinois Chicago. I might be in the minority, I feel like, here. All right. Robert McCormick is on Valpo. Ready to have a great match? UIC and over here for Jerry. Thank you, Jerry. All right, let's keep it moving here right now. I want to try to finish before the top of the hour. San Diego is taking on Pacific. Probably could have left this one off here, really, with how bad these two teams are. But I said I was going to do every tournament game, so this is just where I kind of ended up. Anyways, for Pacific here, look, San Diego's been bad. We know that, but Pacific hasn't been much better. This one's at 5:30 Eastern and 2:30 Pacific time, so maybe that catches your fancy here a little bit with a little bit of late afternoon. This was almost a standalone to a certain extent, starting at 5:30 Eastern and 2:30 Pacific time in this one. Let's see what you got here with Pacific taking on USD today. I'm going to take Pacific to win as my play here against my Toreros. Here, I don't know if the stats are really worth looking at. USD's been pretty bad all season long. They finally got a win. I think I went against them in that game. They were on a long losing streak, and they beat Portland 82-80 last time out. Pacific has lost 4 straight games coming into this one, but Pacific did win the regular season meeting at home 71-69. USD got the money. USD also won at home 75-65, and they got the money in that one. But I'm going with Pacific today to beat San Diego. And so is Cash Kane. And Jerry says Pacific will win. They lost their tournament game last year by 50.
Steam playing.
They're the much better team. All right. Niagara just got steamed here. Niagara. I got a few steam plays coming in. I want to get off the air here. All right. New Mexico State and Louisiana Tech. We're seeing some steam here to the under in this one, and a game where these two teams kind of go under for sure. It was 133.5. We're all the way down to 131 or lower here right now with New Mexico State and Louisiana Tech. Steam to the under. Also, moments ago, steam on Niagara. Niagara was getting 4.5, but they're getting 3.5 now. The steam's on Niagara. We said the steam had already come in on the under in that game from 128.5 down to 127 or so. Steam on Niagara. Also, I'm watching some women's basketball right now with Tennessee and Vanderbilt. They've just gone here to halftime right now. Also, Boston College trailing 36-30 to North Carolina. About to tip here, top of the hour, Central Florida and Kansas State. Kansas State favored by 23.5. Indiana and Oregon. Indiana favored by 3.5 in that one. Women's tournament play underway in the major conferences here this morning. I expect maybe a package of maybe some free plays going out on Winnable with some of the women's action here today, but we're already underway with some of it here. I do have a couple of plays I've kind of targeted out here, but they are underway already at halftime at a few of these games in the women's tournaments. I want to finish here. Georgia Southern taking on Georgia State here in this one. You've got Georgia Southern favored in this one by 2.5, and the total here is 150.5. This one's definitely going lower here in this one. Definitely moved to the under. We said the steam came in on the under in this game. I didn't realize it was all. I said it was down to 152 when we saw it earlier, but we're down to 150.5 right now here in this one with Georgia State and Georgia Southern. In the Sun Belt, we should make it clear we're in the Sun Belt where this is the crazy tournament, right? They've got the gauntlet style, the guillotine tournament, if you will. I don't know what else you can call it, but they've got that bracket where all the teams get those buys. So it is interesting to look at the buys because getting a buy in the Sun Belt isn't necessarily the best thing you want to do. The teams that have the buy in the Sun Belt are just 9-15 against the spread in the last couple of years here at the Sun Belt. And also, we'll say this. Sun Belt teams here, let me see if I got this right. Sun Belt teams that are laying 4.5 points or less in the Sun Belt tournament are 30, 16, and 1 against the spread. So you look at it here, Georgia's Southern here favored by 2.5 in this one, and the total at 150.5. I also note totals that are above 146 in the Sun Belt Conference at this tournament are 7 and 18 to the under here. So that's over 70% totals in the Sun Belt Conference over the last couple of years going under. So, hey, what do you have here in this one? Georgia Southern taking on Georgia State here in this one. You know what I'm on. I'm on Georgia Southern here for sure. Give me that trend. Give me that conference trend here. Georgia Southern's won 3 in a row coming in. They're the 9 seed, but they're hot. They beat USM. They beat this Georgia State team 76-75 at home. They didn't cover. They were favored by 5.5 in that game. Georgia State got the money. Georgia State's coming in. Their last game was to Georgia Southern. Really, remember, Georgia Southern is a team. They had to beat USM yesterday, so they do have the rest disadvantage here. But that, like I said, that has not necessarily been profitable right now in the Sun Belt. So give me Georgia Southern. They are favored after all in this one. All right, let's see what else we've got here. And yeah, we'll see, Jerry. That's definitely going to be big news here. And I don't want to say good riddance to Fran, but kind of got tired of his act there a little bit. Georgia Southern money line here. And Noli says go under in both. Thank you, Noli, for yesterday's unders. And if Noli's giving it out here right now, you might as well do it. Like I said, what Noli said there, these totals here. Now, this one qualifies because, like I said, totals above 146 in Sunbelt play have gone 7 and 18 to the under. So you can look to it. And Noli says he gave you 0 and 2 yesterday in the Sunbelt. He's saying go under in both games again today. Thank you, too. Noli knows. All right, Johnny Walker says give him Georgia Southern as well. Let's go. I've only got a minute to finish this show. They're going to run through plays, you guys. Old Dominion and Texas State here. I'll try to cover a few notes here that I have. I don't want to waste all the time that I spent making the notes here, but again, just the same, feels like kind of the same thing though, at least here in the Sun Belt tonight with Old Dominion and Texas State. Now Noli gave you that under here. I might want to, let me look at it here real quick now. Noli's been hot for us. Maybe I can pivot to the side here a little bit in this one since Noli did that, because I agree with Noli. You know what? Give me the under, Noli. I'm with you. I think I do want to go under here with Old. If Noli's giving it to me, let's just do it.
Goalies.
Oops. All right. Sorry I'm taking so long here, but hey, we got all these tournament games, and I want to make sure we get a pick on each and every one of them. So go ahead. I'll just roll with Noli here and make it clear for everyone. Give me the under here as my pick on the show. I think I do like the side in this game also. So I think that's why I'm going to kind of roll with Noli a little bit. I will say this too, also from the database here, 12 of Old Dominion's last 13 Sun Belt Conference tournament games have been under 138 points. Give me the under. Here we go with some of them here. Let's see what we got. Jermaine, some breaking news there. I wish I could cover it with you, Jermaine. We're going to keep up rolling. You do a great job breaking the news there. Alex Jensen to move to Utah there. Okay, thank you, sir. All right. AUD says, what was that play back in? I took Indiana State in that one. Rick J's got Utah Valley today. Thank you, Rick. Also, let's see. That's it. Okay, another game next up. Tennessee Martin and Arkansas Little Rock. We said the steam already came in on Little Rock, and the steam also came in on the under in that game. So we've seen some sharp action already here with 4th seeded Little Rock against 8th seeded Martin here in Ohio Valley play. All right, take a look here at this one with Martin and Little Rock. And every time I start a new conference, I have to get caught up here. I'm going to have to figure out a better formula for the next show so it doesn't take 3 hours. Uh-oh. I really lost my place now over here. Well, at least I got 75 of you still hanging in here on every word, I hope. All right. There we go. Now I've got it. All right. For Little Rock here, like I said, they took the steam. They're currently up to 5.5. And make it 6 now at a lot of spots. 6 and 1. I got to update this. This is 6 for sure. And 132.5 right now. There we go. All right. Some of the info here on the Sun Belt for Little Rock coming in. They are losers of 2 straight. Now, Tennessee Martin, they beat Tennessee Tech yesterday 70-67. But the teams that have been having the bye in the Ohio Valley Conference are usually pretty good to cover. Still, they have to lay 6 here right now. This tournament is also kind of another under tournament for sure. So I think that's what I'm going to be on anyways here. It's a pretty low number there, 132.5. But I think when you look at these two teams, I mean, UALR certainly is an under team, 10-19 to the under this season. That's what I had pinned, and I wanted to go premium with it, but I'm not sure on the side. UALR is 6-13 to the under as a favorite. They're also 3-10 to the under at home. This is an on-campus game. Give me the under. That was going to be a premium, I think. Not for sure, but give me the under with Martin and Little Rock. All right, Super True, like Texas State there. Zoe Faye's ready to go all night. And Little Rock, yeah, I get it. Yeah, Little Rock. Look, they're not great against the spread, 5-8 against the spread at home. Maybe Martin's had some good covers here, it feels like, but I'll just go under in this one. Other game here in the Ohio Valley is Lindenwood and Tennessee State. And you got, where's it at? Tennessee State minus 4.5, and the total down here to 146 or so in this one. I'm going to call it right now 4.5 and 146. Yeah, just like you see right there with these two. All right. And for Lindenwood here, let's see. They're taking most of the action, it feels like, here from the public right now. Maybe as much as 19 of every 20 tickets. Both teams come in here having won 2 straight, including Lindenwood. They needed yesterday, of course, in this one. They beat Moorhead 71-65 as a 2.5-point dog to send Moorhead off into the sunset for Lindenwood in that one. And hey, we did have Lindenwood as our play in that game yesterday. So, but again, this is kind of a tough spot when these teams here come in off of the game. The bye usually works pretty well in Sun Belt play. Tennessee State won their last 2 games of the season. They beat Moorhead 64-55, got the money. These two teams met back on February 8th, and Tennessee State won 84-76. They did cover in that game barely by a point in that one, and the first meeting was won by Lindenwood 72-62 at home, and they covered. So I've got Tennessee State here as my play in this one. And what do we got here? Robert McCormick on the over. And Jerry, maybe that's what I was looking for too, Jerry, right there. But I still got to pick a number and lay it, so to speak. And I will lay it with Tennessee State, probably -5 here right now. Let's keep it going. Got a lot of games here still to look at. Missouri, Kansas City, and Nebraska, Omaha as we go to the summit here right now. You got Nebo favored up to 3.5 right now for Nebraska, Omaha here, and the total one. Oh my gosh. Did I just have it wrong before, or has it been this big of a drop? It has been a huge dropper here to 137 with Missouri, Kansas City. Wow. And Nebraska, Omaha. That widely reported steam did come in, but boy, is this one kind of out of control here right now in the Summit League. Down to 137. Oh my. Well, maybe because if you look at last year's Summit League tournament, every game went under, all 8 of them. So maybe that's part of it here. And man, this is even a big drop for me here. I thought I was going to be sneaky here with the under for the most part, but I guess I'll just go under. Favorites do pretty well in the Summit League. Favorites are 21-15 against the spread. This is kind of a runaway spread here. Took away my premium. I'm going under as my play. We've missed out on 5 points. There's no value. The value's on the over clearly here, but I'll just take the under as my free play. I don't know what else to do. All right, here we go. And we've got Robert on Omaha. Hey, Jim Casey, nice to have you, Jim. Cool, nice to have you here. Is that your Apple Intelligence avatar there? Has anybody used that yet? The Apple Intelligence? You want to see? What do you think of these, you guys? I tried the Apple Intelligence of me. Ready? What do you think of these? Any of those look like me? I don't know if they do, but maybe that'll be my next avatar there. I like that, though, Jim. All right, here we go. Looks like Jerry Davis likes UMKC in this one. Or Tom says no. Or maybe she meant Nebraska Omaha. I think that's what Tom meant. Okay. All right. That was a Snapchat filter that Jim's on. Okay. I don't know which one of those. I might do some more. I look old. I am old. I look old in those. All right. Anyway, Lindenwood taking on Texas State here. Let me make sure I got my play right. In this matchup. Okay, here we go. And I'm sorry. Let me get it right here. Missouri and Kansas. Oh, I went with the under. Let me see. Where's the next game? God, you guys, we got to get going here. So many games, so little time. Denver and St. Thomas. That was the next one, right? With St. Thomas up to a 10.5 point favorite. Oh my goodness. This one's also feels like through the roof. Like I said, favorites do pretty well in this tournament for sure. But man, 10.5, is that really going to be what's going to happen here in this one? I think I'm just going to end up on the over here in this one with I know I just said every game went under last season in this tournament. I don't know if I can go with the over here, actually. What is the current total? 144.5. 10.5, 144.5. Computer's screaming at me to go over here. I can't do it. Give me the under in this one with Denver and St. Thomas. I think I just switched on the computer said over. I was ready to go over, and then I read my notes. It said every game went under. So give me the under, I guess. Okay, Thomas, hopefully you're out there. Get ready. Here we go with your tournament. Let's get out there to the horizon with Fort Wayne and Youngstown here. Look, the Horizon has some specific trends for sure in their tournament, especially involving some of these favorites, if you will. You take a look overall, teams, underdogs in the Horizon tournament of let me get these right here. I want to get this. Okay, here it is. Home favorites of 5 points or have won and covered 14 straight games. Home teams of 5 points or less in the Horizon tournament have won and covered 14 straight games, including one last year where Oakland beat Purdue Fort Wayne. So take that for what it's worth here. And this tournament also is a pretty big under tournament for sure of late. But let's see what you got here. Fort Wayne and Youngstown. I'm trying to get through these, gang. Thank you for being so patient today on this very long show, but want to make sure we cover some tournaments here. We're not going to be like this every time. Or maybe we are. Okay, here we go. Purdue, Fort Wayne, and Youngstown. Yep, I've got the under here in this one at 150. It feels like it's lower than this. It shows there 2 and 1. That's 155 at least. Give me the under here with Purdue, Fort Wayne, and Youngstown. All right, Robert's on the under. Jerry's on Fort Wayne. Thomas is on Fort Wayne and over. All right, next up, Oakland and Wisconsin, Milwaukee. Here in this one, you got Wisconsin, Milwaukee favored by 6, and the total has risen here. Whoa! We were on the show, or no, it was last night. This one got steamed early to the under, but look at it now. It's all the way up to 147.5 with Oakland and Wisconsin, Milwaukee. What happened here? There we go. Wisconsin, Milwaukee favored by 6 here in this one. And again, now starting to look at some of these, right? With this one, with Oakland coming in. Now, listen, Oakland here now getting 6 points in this one, maybe even 6.5. Now, underdogs in the Horizon tournament of 6 points or more that have already played in the tournament against teams that are in on a bye. So this situation is that Oakland just played last night in that game. Of course, they won and got the win there yesterday against. I want to make sure I get it. Make sure I get it right here, you guys. Help me out here, right? Oakland. What am I missing here? Oh, it was 2 nights ago, right? Okay. It was 2 nights ago, right? But they won anyway. They won. It was 2 nights ago, right? Is that what it was? Because the other teams played last night. I just want to make sure I got it right here. I don't want to quote a wild Mikey Money style trend here and then not be right here. So Oakland here played 2 nights ago. It was 96-72. They got that win over Green Bay, of course, and covered. So I want to make sure of this. Milwaukee is coming in off of the bye. So it's not next day, it's just have already played. So teams playing 6 or 6.5 6 points or more, 14-4 against the spread in this tournament here of late. So took me 5 minutes, it feels like, just to get that out, but I'll make sure we got these right. All right. Give me your play here while I screw around here and make the show 3 hours long. Oakland and Wisconsin, Milwaukee. Pretty sure I'm on Oakland here. Give me Oakland here in this one. I know the Sharps are going to be on Milwaukee here, but I like Oakland plus the points. Okay, a few more here. Let's see. Our Thompson Oakland Redbeard's got it as an upset. Jerry's got Oakland as well. Okay, you guys are feeling me here. And we got a couple more here with Cleveland State. There's steam coming in right now. Florida International and Western Kentucky in their matchup today. It was 144.5 up to 145.5. Steam coming in. Florida International and Western Kentucky. All right. So next up, we've got Northern Kentucky taking on Cleveland State here in this one. So now you've got another home favorite of less than 5 points in the Horizon tournament. And like I said, 14-0 against the spread in this tournament here right now. Do with it what you will with Cleveland State against Northern Kentucky in this one. The widely reported steam did come in on the under in this game, but I don't know. I think I like the over actually in this one. So I'm going to try the over here with Northern Kentucky and Cleveland State as my play. It's dipping down here a little bit. So I'm going to end up on the under here in this one. On the over. Sorry, the steam came in on the under. I'm on the over. I'll get better next turn tomorrow. Here, Thomas is on Northern Kentucky, and Jerry's on NKU as well. One more, it's Wright and Robert Morris here. And again, to me, kind of the same thing here. Now you have Wright State getting those points and that trend saying that the underdogs 14-4 here in this conference of late when getting these points. Let's see if that's good enough for you in the matchup between Wright and Robert Morris here. I'm going to take Wright. Let me see. Make sure here in this one. Okay. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I've got the over in this one with Wright State and Robert Morris. Okay, gotcha. I might have to use the side as a premium. So give me the over here. I got to go quick here in this one with Wright and Bobby Morris. The current line is Robert Morris minus 6.5. The total is currently 150. Go ahead if you guys want. I'm going to go here to the last couple of conferences here real quick and run through these. Army and Colgate in this one. You've got Colgate favored by 8. And the total here is 147 as we go to the Patriot League now. And the Patriot League, yeah, they have some of their own set of trends here for sure in the Patriot League. So in this one, you do have with Army and Colgate, Patriot League totals in the Patriot League tournament. This one's pretty good, man. Patriot League games with totals of 139 or higher have gone over. So medium totals to go over 31-10 to the over here in Patriot League games recently when the total is above 139. So let's see if you guys like anything here in this one between Army and Colgate here today. Colgate favored by 8. Maybe 7.5 right now at some spots. Army comes in with a 3-game losing streak. This one, these are home court games. Colgate plays at home. They're not great against the number for sure, just 4-9 against the spread, 6-12 against the favorite as the favorite here. And like I said, these are usually over games for sure here in this one. But for me, I'm going to take Army plus these points. Colgate's been a pretty bad cover. Give me Army here in this one. All right. Got some picks for me here. Robert Morris from Robert McCormick. And he's also got Colgate with me here. All right, next up, Navy taking on Boston College. Here, the steam came in on the over, as we said here in this one, between Navy and BU here. See what you might have in this one. You got Boston College, the number 4 seed, Boston University coming in, the number 4 seed, off of a couple of wins. Navy's won 3 straight coming into this one and covered against Loyola Maryland and American. These two teams met twice. The home team won and covered in both meetings. They were slight favorites for the home teams, but both teams won in convincing fashion, and Boston U is at home here in this game. And I'm going to end up, though, on the over here in this one at 130. I like this one to go over between Navy and Boston U. The first meeting here at BU was 87-65. Now, the game at Navy was 62-47, just 109 points, but the meeting at BU went for 152 points in that 87-65 win for BU. Jerry's on Navy. Jerry also took Colgate, and Robert's on BU. I'll go over. Next up, Lafayette taking on American here in this one, and another one where you got some of those totals anyway that could be peaking here a little bit with these. Now, it isn't, this one obviously is not a high total here necessarily, but Patriot League in general, look, we mentioned the 175%, but we're here now in the quarterfinals, and in the Patriot League, the quarterfinals in the last 40 games in the quarterfinal, this 10 years of Patriot League quarterfinals, right? There's 4 games every time. The totals are 29-11 to the over in the Patriot League quarterfinals. So do you think this one? How about it? Lafayette and American here in this one. And again, I mean, that's not totally solid here, right? You might think it could be a game that could go under. After all, it's just 4 and 129.5, but 75% is 75 or 72.5%. 72.5% of games for the last 10 years in the quarterfinals in the Patriot League have gone over. So see what you guys have here, and if anything in this one, I'm going over. Why not? Here, I don't know if I have a side, so give me the over here in this one between Lafayette and American. My numbers indicate an over here. I've got it at 132, so that's good enough for me. That's almost a premium. If it was a smaller card, it probably would be. Jerry's on American here. And Jerry said back on that other game, though, Boston is an under, Boston U, he said, is an under team. Got to be careful there, but I still went with the over here. But no doubt, BU, for the most part, this season has been an under, maybe just barely, but he's right. All right, here, one more, Loyola Maryland and Bucknell. Man, I got to almost reassess this one here real quick. I've been kind of reassessing some of these on the fly here, but you got Bucknell. This is a runaway favorite, man. This might change things a little bit. I mean, I still think they should probably roll here against Loyola Maryland, but gosh, look how high that spread is now in this one at -8 here in this one. I might just have to take the over here and stick to those trends a little bit with this one. You have Bucknell coming in here. They're the number one seed. They're playing the number 8 seed, so you'll just have to consider that in this one. But look, Loyola Maryland's an over team. They're going to give up a bunch of points here the way this is going. Loyola Maryland's 12-4 to the over as an underdog. Bucknell, they trended slightly to the over, but I got to go over in this one. I think I just went over in all 4. Oh, no, I went with Army. Probably still going to go over in that one, too. All right, give me the over here, Loyola Maryland and Bucknell. I think we're done. No, we got a couple more here. I promised, right? With we got ASUN semifinals here with Jacksonville and North Alabama. Okay, we got to give these some attention here. We're in the semifinals of the ASUN here. So let's cover it a little bit. Now, so we're in the semifinals. Home team. Now, listen to this. Single-digit underdogs in the Atlantic Sun tournament are 32-15 against the spread. That's 68% coming in. So Jacksonville's the underdog here, a single-digit underdog, 68%. Heading into this season. Now, I didn't tally it up just yet, but also in the semifinals, that's where we're at in the ASUN. The home team in the semifinals, remember, they don't play a neutral site. This is a home game here for North Alabama. Home teams are just 7-13 against the spread in the last 20 games, even though they're 13-7 straight up. So, do you have anything here in this one between Jacksonville, and the same is true for the next game as well, but Jacksonville and North Alabama here in this one? Let's see what you got here. I'm going to have to go under here. The steam came in on the under. I'm on the under here in Jacksonville and North Alabama. Also, steam coming in right now on Cal Baptist. Cal Baptist was a 6.5 point favorite, but they're moving a little bit higher right now. Cal Baptist tonight in their game against Tarleton's up to 7.5. I think that was the original number, though. All right, one more here in the same thing here in the ASUN. I think as long as this one stays a single digits. Nah, there's some 10s out there. It's mostly 9.5s, so you may not want to quantify that trend that I just mentioned, but they're still getting 10 points. Here is Queens, and Queens done such a nice job. Dallas Stars are getting steamed here right now. Remember, they were already 245, but they're getting moved up here a little bit. The Stars are taking the steam against the Flames. Big number there. Stars on the move. We're on late today, so we're getting some more moves here. Stars are going up to 235, 245 right now at a lot of books. 245 is the consensus number here at this point. All right, Queens College here in this one. Let's see what you got, if anything. Queens and Lipscomb. I think the show's just about over here. Thank goodness. Let's do the drawing and get out of here. I'm on the over here in this one with Queens and Lipscomb. All right. I think we better just wrap it up, you guys. I know the big game. Hopefully that steam will take care of you. Michigan State and Iowa. We've looked at a bunch of games here today, and this show just went over 3 hours. So I really got to go. Thank you to everybody. Let's do the drawing here. Right, wine time. I feel like my idol Jimmy staying on for so long. Robert went with the under there. There's Queens. Let's do the drawing and get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for joining me on the show. Don't forget, you can catch my plays here. Hey, I'm going to send out a package here in just a little bit. Probably not going to involve that first game, but we'll have plays in college basketball, NBA, NHL today, and Oh, maybe some college baseball as well. Check me out over at winnable.com. Click the QR code, subscribe, get a bunch of plays. There's too many games if you can't handle it on your own. Hey, at least have my plays in your pocket. You can just refer to them, check them out, see if they line up with your plays. You know how I handicap. You come join me every day. Why not have my plays come to your phone, set the notification, say, there's Ramon sending out his plays at 2:30 in the morning. All right, let's go to the drawing. Thanks, everybody, for joining me here. Great fun today, man. Great fun. We're going to win. Some say we might win more than anybody. Here we go. That's the show. Let's do it. Noli, Redbeard, Nasty, Terrell, AOD, Art Tomps, Daddy, Gravy, Robert, Jermaine, Trap God, and Robert Dixon. I can't believe it, Robert. Awesome. Thank you to Robert. You're the winner. Where's Johnny Walker? If you're out there too, Johnny, send me your Cash App address so I can get you those wins from last week. Thanks a lot, everybody, for joining me here on the Morning Steam. Congratulations to Robert. Congratulations to me for making it through. And congratulations to you guys for listening to me here. Look at my ugly face here all up in your grill. That's going to do it for the Morning Steam show here. Why did I just get big all of a sudden? All right, that's going to do it, though. Let's get out of here for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the